Today's high temperature running again above average with a high expected around 74 degrees. It'll be a mix of clouds and sun overhead, but dry conditions. And tonight, chilly with the forecast low down to 45. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm meteorologist Crystal Ortiz.
This report is sponsored by New Vision Auto Glass.
Right,
Hey, it's Ned with New Vision Auto Glass. Do you have a cracked windshield?
Ned.
Flying rocks on Phoenix roads can do that.
Another
So here's my Ned tip.
Twice a
Call
year.
or visit
Amazing.
newvisionautoglass.com
You got
and qualify
another
for up to
spider
$375
coming
cash back
Well, I'm on
and
that
a free
freeway
dinner at
24.
the
I
DZO
know
Grill.
you are. You're on even more than us.
Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
Gentlemen, mics are hot. Let's have it in.
Injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In Iraq and need a check? Make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. On Fox Sports 910.
Well, the Cardinals, they keep their NFC West title hopes alive with their win over the Pats yesterday at State Farm Stadium. Devin Booker had a game-high 28 as the Suns continue to take care of the under 500 teams, and ASU landed a kid from Clemson, a 4-star wide receiver, over the weekend. Welcome in, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B and Jax are out here at the Trophy Bar in downtown Ocotillo, which is Chandler. Be here for the duration of the evening, going into tonight's a doubleheader Monday night football, but the main game will be the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. Always a good game, even if the Bears are already knocked out of playoff elimination. But we will play. We'll get into that. We'll talk about that. But we will be here because we give you a chance every Monday night to win $9,100 with our Jumbo Dice contest, where you roll the dice, and if you roll Fox 910, you win $9,100. If you roll all of our pictures, our caricatures, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, you get 6 of those. We give you a big screen TV. That happened 2 weeks ago. As Tex, what's his name? Tex, Tim, the Tex guy? Or
yeah, Tex. Yeah,
he's like a cowboy guy.
Yeah, he was corporate America.
From Sun Lakes?
He was corporate America for many years.
He didn't look like he was corporate America.
He quit corporate America about 5 years ago. Now he's doing construction and loving it.
Yep.
He said, I didn't look like this in one time.
I bet he did.
I was shaving. I wore a suit and a tie every day. And he said, the heck with it. Gave it up. But he comes out here about every Monday night to try to collect that $9,100. But thanked us again. And, nice guy. A lot of folks out here to roll that. He was talking about hot. He was flowing and hot, but he was giving me a little background on his history. Former corporate America and joined construction.
Did you ask, or he just offered that?
He just kind of offered that. I said, what are you
doing? He was probably trying to get you to stop talking, right? So he just jumped in and said,
Rock,
Jimmy knows what I'm laughing at.
Yeah. At halftime, I'm in my element out here.
Dude, you'd love
we're
it.
Talking. We're,
poor Jack's just sitting there. He's doing his little podcast on the side while you guys are working, and he doesn't want to hear all that.
Yeah, he's filming over. He's making sure everything's filmed properly.
Filmed properly?
Yeah, just make sure that.
Where was the film of the 6 caricatures?
Well, it should be there.
Didn't see that one. I didn't see it.
That should definitely be there. But all that being said, it's a blast out here at the Trophy Bar. 2 games, but to your point, Minnesota and Chicago.
Then Atlanta and the Las Vegas Raiders. So those are your 2 games tonight, 6:15. All right, let's talk about the Arizona Cardinals. They keep their NFC West title hopes alive. They beat the Patriots 30-17, as we all know. The numbers: Murray finished 23 of 30, 224 yards. James Conner had a typical James Conner game, 110 yards, 2 touchdowns, and they put an end to that 3-game losing streak. With that win and Seattle's loss to the Packers, the Cards are now just 1 game behind the Seahawks and Rams for first place in the division with only 3 games remaining. Of course, they go to Carolina this week. Trey McBride still without a touchdown, 9 catches and a franchise record, which is a franchise record now, 89 on the season. But overall, a win.
Take it.
Take it.
Yeah.
Nothing to be
to write home about, Rock.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
It was kind of a boring game, but to be honest with you, there were 2 better games that were on at the same time that I think most people were watching. I mean, I was on that Philly-Pittsburgh game, which Philly continues to look real good.
They do.
And then Josh Allen, geez, if he doesn't make your clipboard report again, he had yet another game. He hasn't been sacked in over a month.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, that offensive line is just performing tremendously.
How about this, Rock? Manuch did not put him on the clipboard report 2 weeks ago
That's right.
when he threw for almost 500 yards.
Did he win?
Because he changed his criteria.
Yeah, no, because I asked him, I said, nowhere on our documents that we have in front of us when we set up the show, is there any criteria that says winning or losing the game? There's no mention of it.
Well, here's the deal. I don't defend him very often. But, 20 years ago when it started, he grandfathered in those rules that there's no criteria, that he can change it anytime he wants. Because there have been times where a quarterback has made his clipboard and has not won.
That's not true, Rock.
I will put my life on it.
It's never.
No, you are absolute. I would take my memory over yours. You take something for yours. I don't. So that means I'm more on cue than you are.
I agree.
I'm
with
also
that.
10 years younger than you.
I agree.
You also have said multiple times that you remember meeting President Kennedy when you were 2. When you were 2 years old, there's no way in that anybody at 2 years old can remember shaking the hand of the President of the United States.
Every time I've done a clipboard, it's a winning quarterback. I don't know where that happened or how it happened. Might have been, 19 and a half years ago when we first started it. But the guy has got to win.
See, you're already wrong.
Yeah.
We celebrated our 20th anniversary on the 8th of September, and you were there, or the 7th.
Yeah.
And now you're saying it was 19 and a half? So you were already lucid in your memory.
No, it's somewhere in that term.
You're getting dementia?
Here's the thing. It's always been you have to win. You have to win. It's like Jared Goff. A phenomenal game, right?
He did,
yeah. But did he win? No, he lost. Basically, that guy named Josh Allen trumped him in reference to that. So the criteria is they have to be a winning quarterback. I'll put that to an end. Always has been, always will be. And put that in your freaking pipes and smoke.
Rock's not buying that.
I'm not. Because that's why I'm not on Tuesdays anymore. I can't handle it. I don't understand.
So you leave me with
Tuesdays
him.
off. Yeah,
it's the best segment the whole entire week.
We all have our roles.
Yes, we do.
Jimmy has no other role on this
show
show but to be there on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Because sometimes he won't even make the right Twin Point.
Jimmy tells me
on a Thursday.
Jimmy tells me it's his favorite segment of the week. Tells me.
Oh, I know. I hear it. I mean,
every
the way he
week.
sells it, it's like, oh, jeez, come on, be honest, Jimmy B.
Okay,
it's very
tomorrow. This is the suckiest segment
or
throughout
just say
the
we
entire
have
week.
to. It's so bad in 20 years we have yet to get a sponsor for it. And if you listen to this show, it's NASCAR radio. Everything we do is sponsored.
Yeah, dude.
Except for Manuch's clipboard.
Well, give or take.
We're still working on Jack's, but Jack's is only 2 years in.
That's it. Yeah.
He's over 20.
Yeah.
Give or take 20 years, we'll find a sponsor sooner or later. We'll find somebody. But
you have all that. Why don't you get one of these quarterbacks that you train that?
Brock's
going to get paid.
Yeah, there might be a guy that might get paid here very, very soon.
It's the Birdie Report.
Yeah, the Purdy Report.
The Purdy Report.
The top QBs of the weekend.
All right, let's continue with these cards. I think the biggest key yesterday, if there's one stat, Manuch loves the stats. It's had to be the third down conversions. As the Cardinals were 10 of 15. On the flip side, the Pats were 0 for 6. That, I think, was the difference of the game. Not to mention you had 3 field goals by the Cardinals as well. But it could have went the other way with that interception that Kyler threw that then got
negated.
Mm-hmm. That could have changed something. And then, the defense, give them a credit. They had that big stop at 4th and 1 late in that third quarter when they were up 16-3. I think that was another key play of this game as well. But overall, hey, a W's a W. You'll take it. You got Carolina. You can end up winning the last 3 and go 10-7, and I think that's a good year. The question I want to ask every one of our guests today is the question I'm looking forward to asking. I'm going to ask Rudy when he joins us coming up here in a little bit. This is a 3-year plan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
On the rebuild.
That's what he said.
Are they ahead? Are they behind? Or they're right
3
where they need to be?
I think they're
at 2 years through.
I would think they're about right where they should be second year. I mean, I think them making the playoffs would have been an anomaly for this team. But 7, 8, 9 wins, I think, was realistic going into this year with Kyler Murray.
So they ahead of schedule?
I think they are. I really do.
Or right on pace?
I think they're ahead of schedule. I really do. With the chance, here's a team's got a chance to make the playoffs. Where a lot of folks, even Vegas, didn't give them any chance.
6.5. 6.5 was the win total.
Yeah. So I mean, here they are, 7-7, with the chance to win 2 out of 3. The next 3, that's way ahead of schedule as far as I'm concerned. By the way, let's not forget the Jonah Williams fumble recovery in the end zone.
Yeah.
I mean, that could have been a touchback very easily, and those points come off the board. Or maybe basically they come off the board, and New England has a chance. That game yesterday, it was like, okay, you win it, but it was kind of
it was ugly.
It was an ugly win, but I mean, you should have put this team away early. But I think Gerard Mayo's defense does a pretty good job, and Drake May, young kid. I think he's a little ahead of schedule as a rookie.
I agree
Had some
with
nice
that.
throws.
Two.
But if not for the stop to you point out, Rock, and the fumble recovery, and if that interception's not called back, which, by the way, I did not think that was a personal foul. He was going up to block the pass. Murray did the fake pass, went up, and he just kind of came down on his his shoulder pad, and they called it. That was a horrible call as far as I was concerned.
I agree.
And it saved Kyler Murray's bacon as far as him not giving away a big play.
Ahead, behind, or on pace?
I'm going to say that they are ahead.
Okay.
And here's why. Because when the season began, our discussion was, well, if they get to 6 or 7 wins, we're going to call that a successful season because of where Jonathan Gannon had to begin. And last year, and now progressing into this year. Just what Manuch indicated, they still have an opportunity to be a playoff team. I mean, that we never even discussed that. That was not in the conversation
we
at
go down
the beginning
that road.
of the season.
Never went down that road.
No. So I'm basically saying that they are a little bit ahead, and I think have surprised most every fan being 7-7 right now.
I think the other thing too, guys, is all the injuries they had on defense, and what Coach Wallace has done with this defense has really surprised a lot of guys in the National Football League. Their run defense, their defense in the red zone, a lot of those things I think are ahead of schedule as well too. So I think that with some of the addition of the players, I think Kyler Murray's maturity, understanding the offense. But this team would be nowhere without James Conner in the running game. I mean, they'd be absolutely nowhere.
I agree with that.
That's why they signed him to an extension.
Yep.
Headlines are brought to you by our fantastic tailgating sweepstakes, which is brought to you by Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light. All season long, all you have to do is text PEAKS to 59925 for your chance to win the huge grand prize, the Traeger grill, the Blackstone griddle, the pizza oven, on and on and on. It's all up on our website at Roc and Manuch. Again, no purchase necessary. Just text PEAKS to 59925. Standard message and data rates do apply. That is Twin Peaks, Coors Light, and Blue Moon. All right, coming up, it's our highlights from the weekend, plus on this day. And if we have some time, rough weekend for Arizona College hoops throughout the entire state. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from the Trophy Bar in Downtown Ocotillo.
Christmas music
You're clear.
is now on our sister station, 99.9 KEZ. Christmas music playing throughout the holidays on 99.9 KEZ. Set a button. Sponsored by JW Marriott Desert Ridge Resort and Spa.
Looking for the #1 neighborhood sports bar? It's clearly Philly Sports Grill. Dedicated to providing impeccable service and a mouth-watering menu of delicious food and drinks. Whether you're cheering for your favorite team or catching the big game, Philly Sports Grill is your ultimate destination. With 4 convenient locations throughout Phoenix and Tempe, you'll get the best sports bar experience. Experience the excitement at Philly Sports Grill today. For a location near you, head to phillysportsgrill.com.
Tune in Thursdays at 1:30 p.m. for the Crest Insurance Group's Sun Devil Report with Coach Charlie Rago. Crest Insurance. Coverage you can trust, service you can count on. Every Thursday on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
Rock for RightToyota.com. At Right Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all of their innovative web tools on RightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at RightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at RightToyota.com.
Craving tacos? Discover the Taco Spot, where mouth-watering, authentic Mexican flavors meet a modern twist. With 12 locations and more on the way, we're the local favorite. Visit TacoSpotAZ.com and follow us on social media. Come experience the tacos to Taco Bout, the Taco Spot.
You hear it all the time. Lawyers talk about all their experience, many years of experience with insurance companies, and experience in the courtroom. But what they're not talking about is their results. Maybe they don't have any. At Lerner & Rowe, we're proud of our results because that's how we measure our success. We've helped over 150,000 people recover billions of dollars for their injuries, with over $1 billion just in the last 5 years alone. When you want results, call Lerner & Rowe.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Febreze. So my home is also my office. And before I can focus, every room's gotta be clean. That means tidying up, then spraying my Febreze Air Mist. Ooh, that's fresh. Febreze Air Mist scents are all high quality. They fight any weird funk, and they give Does my home smell? Too. After I Febreze, it's time to start my day.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
Order for Jennifer C.
Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double whip, double sleeve?
Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine?
Did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, really? That's great.
Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, you just said that.
Did you say I just said that?
Yeah, I'm cutting you off.
I can't have any more? Why not?
You gotcha.
Match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
Yeah, huge. I told them. I mean, it's they earned the right to win today because of how they practiced this week, which I was proud of their
Clip ends 10 seconds. Mics are hot.
the last round there. And they bit down on their mouthpiece and practiced the right way and won the game.
All right, let's get to our sounds. That was Jonathan Gannon on the win against New England, and as you just heard, he said that they earned the right to win as they practiced well all week. That's courtesy of the Cardinals. All right, let's get into some sound from on the field. Here's James Conner's 2 touchdowns, one in the third and one in the fourth.
They give it to Connor, and Connor dances in. Touchdown, Cardinals. McBride, by the way, is on the sidelines. They give it to Connor, and Connor with another score.
Clip ends in 10 seconds.
With 3:27 to play here in the fourth quarter.
And make this a game, and what an answer for this Cardinals team. They come back, they get a couple third down conversions, you go right back down the field and really secure this win.
Yeah, he's kind of the bell cow.
Yeah. What the hell's a bell cow? You say that every week.
He's the guy. He's the dude. He's the guy.
It's the cow with the bell around its neck, and when it walks, all the other cows follow him.
Why? Because he's the lead dog.
Leader. He's the lead dog.
He's the lead cow, Rock.
Stupid analogy.
It's
nothing to do with a
I've never
professional
used it.
athlete.
I've never used it.
Got me something better.
Well, that's my term. You know, he's the guy.
He's
the leader.
Why would you just say he's the guy?
He's the guy.
Because he's the bell cow, man.
He's the
They
dude.
follow him.
He's the dude.
Those cows are following him all
Bell
over the
cow.
pasture. They'll go wherever he goes, and that's the Cardinals.
Erie, PA. All right, let's get to another questionable throw by Kyler Murray. Of course, he had 2 interceptions, last week. Here he is talking about the interception and then getting injured on that. But there was a roughing penalty, which reversed the play.
Yeah, you got it off before, and then you see the hit. I cannot believe that Kyler threw that ball. You have a 16-3 lead. Even if you punt, that's okay.
What kind of goes through your mind when you try to throw the pass, gets picked? But I mean,
10 seconds.
If you saw it, given how the play turned out, like what happened from your perspective?
Well, he hit me in the head. So yeah, I was just thankfully they called a flag. I got to obviously protect the ball better, but just trying to make a play. Can't do that.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Can't do that. What are you doing? I mean, come on, this is your 6th year. It's okay to punt. You know, it's okay to punt. Just go down, take the sack, put the football away. You're lucky that they made that call, which I thought was a very egregious call for the Cardinals. Bad call, because you could see it. I thought that Jay Feely did a good job of describing him going up, the defender looking to go up and knock that ball down. He just kind of came down. He just kind of swiped at him. There was no intention, I think, to hit him. But Kyler Murray every once in a while has a mental irregularity that has got to be eliminated from his brain, and understand you can't make plays. It's okay to punt. You know, take the sack, throw the football away, whatever. But that was another play. You know, we talk about the fumble and the end zone recover for a touchdown. That play there, the Pats get stopped on 4th down. I mean, there were some opportunities for the Patriots to beat this Arizona Cardinals team.
I don't have the numbers in front of me, but there were close to a dozen backup quarterbacks that played yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Clayton Tune had to come in because
he
had to sit out for a concussion test, but yeah, we saw a lot of guys come in yesterday.
Carson Wentz for
how
Kansas
about
City.
Carson Wentz.
Yep.
Jeez.
And then last night's game, you had Howell come in because Geno Smith got hurt.
And what a bad game he had.
Man.
4 sacks.
Oh,
he was for like 12 yards.
He was afraid to throw the ball. Manuch, you're the quintessential backup.
Well,
you come in,
can I answer that for him?
Okay, sure.
You just run out of bounds. Or it's okay to punt.
Damn right.
Manuch, he's standing in the pocket, and he has time, and he refuses to throw the football.
Is it a confidence thing?
Check, yeah. It's, I think, good coverage, number one, and then trying to look for his checkdowns on top. He was like, where's my guy? So talk about good coverage, And then that Green Bay defense is damn good.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
It's a damn
take
good
anything
defense.
away from them, but he was a deer in the headlights.
We're doing our sounds for the weekend. How about the big fellas, the big guts, the fat guys?
I love them.
How about Williams prevents a disastrous touchback by scooping up the fumble? Here is that call, and then you'll hear Jonathan Gannon after him.
On 2nd down and 3, they hand it off to Dortch. Dortch to his left, trying to get to the edge, and he's inside the 5, down to the 1. He fumbled the ball, and it goes out of the back of the end zone. Jonah Williams fell on top of it.
That ball is out.
Yes.
That is going to be a touchback.
Now the officials are conferring.
Well, the key is
that the ball was fumbled prior to the runner reaching the end zone. It was recovered in the end zone by an offensive player.
Clip ends 30 seconds.
Jonah Williams gets on it right before he rolls out of bounds.
It was early, but how big was Jonah's play there?
Huge.
In the end zone?
Yeah, that's one of our mode of play. How does he impact the double positive is chase the play. So that'll forever be a teach tape there, because if that goes out of bounds, obviously.
Clip ends 10 seconds.
Got to do a good job of protecting the ball, first of all. But I thought that was excellent play by him, just, maxing out effort there. I think it was the first time he scored since 6th grade. So he was juiced.
Sound provided there by CBS and the Cardinals. I think you couldn't advance the ball on a fumble.
Well, he could recover it. You can't advance it.
The ball had rolled forward by itself. He wouldn't
have been able in the field. He wouldn't have been able to pick it up and advance it in the field.
But you could stop on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That was the
All right.
holy roller play from the Raiders and the then San Diego Chargers.
I'm not even going to set this up. Just play it, because this is the best play of the whole weekend.
2nd and goal from the 9. Burrow under pressure again, and this time he'll go down. Oh, Willie, the ball pops out, and it's recovered by the Titans. Devondre Sweat rumbling up the sideline. The big man still on the run, and out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
Devondre Sweat, 30-yard return on the fumble recover. The stiff arm and everything. The kid thought he was a running back in Pop Warner. It was so much fun. The guys in the morning shows all had a blast with it today. That was my favorite play of the weekend.
Hey, look, there's a lot of stuff that's jiggling when you got big fat guys running.
So
and it
true.
really makes it fun to watch.
All right, there's your sounds for the night, brought to you by the Trophy Bar here in Chandler. Bad weekend for local hoops. All 4 teams fell. ASU, they went down to 9th-ranked Gators in Atlanta. They ended their 6-game winning streak. They're now 8-2 on the season. They're off until Saturday, as they'll play UMass in the Basketball Hall of Fame Classic there in Massachusetts. For Arizona, what a bad year they are having. 4-5 on the season. They fell by 3 to UCLA. They'll host Samford on Wednesday. If they lose that one, I'm sorry, Wildcat fans. There may have to be a change down there.
A little oil leakage going on down there.
It's unfortunate. It's one of those things where, losing is contagious. So is winning. So maybe things just are not going well down there. You got a new athletic director. She's making all these changes. And a lot of people aren't working there in the front office anymore. They're just making a lot of changes. And we'll see what the alumni think there, where it's a complete opposite up here in Tempe with the Sun Devils. And then GCU, they fell to Georgia 73-68. They're now 6-3. They're at a Louisiana Tech tonight. And then NAU up in Flagstaff, they fell over in California to Pepperdine 86-76. But watch out for NAU. Quietly, because we don't talk about them a lot except Wednesdays here when we do our quickie report. They're 7-4 on the season, and they haven't played in the Big Sky yet. But they're one of those teams where if they can take the Big Sky, they'll get an opportunity to hopefully get extend their season into March Madness. So they'll head to Cedar City next Saturday to take on Southern Utah, the Thunderbirds. So, and then for how about the Suns? Good to see that they're taking care of business. They beat Utah on Friday. Last night, Portland. They have just started a run with 4 straight with sub-500 teams. So looking ahead, it's going to get a little harder. Beginning December 23rd, they play 8 of their 9 from the Eastern Conference. And then the only game that's not in the Eastern Conference is Golden State. But looking at the East, and Jimmy, you're a big NBA guy, only 7 teams in the East are over 500. Yeah. Atlanta, they're 14-13 compared to 13 in the West. that are either 500 or better. So the NBA Eastern Conference is just down once again.
What do I always say? The West is best. And
I've never heard you say that.
Oh, sure.
What do you
Yes,
mean
you have.
You've always said that.
Manuch has heard it 100 times.
You only say it on Tuesdays?
No. I've used it before.
He used it
Never heard
before
it.
the playoffs last year quite a bit.
I did. The
That
West
was his,
is best.
That was his go-to.
It was. And
That's
look,
his filler.
when you have teams like the Memphis Grizzlies, who nobody even talks about, yet they are playing great basketball despite the fact they just lost to LA last night.
Speaking of which,
yes,
all week here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, we're going to give you an opportunity to win a pair of tickets to the Suns Grizzlies on December 31st. We'll do it at 3 o'clock every day. So today at 3 o'clock, we'll give you the phone number, what number to call, what number you need to be, I should say, when you call, and we'll hook you up with a pair of tickets. So we got 5 pairs of tickets for the entire week. Hey, on this day, 1973, O.J. Simpson of Manuch's Buffalo Bills rushed for 200 yards in their win over the Jets. He set an NFL record of 2,003 yards rushing for the season. Simpson needed 61 yards to break Jim Brown's NFL single-season record, which was at 1863 in 1963.
And it was a 14-game season, not 17.
Why do you keep bringing that up?
Because it
cares?
loses context.
No, it's only
Yes,
you
it
old
does.
guys. No one cares.
What do you mean?
At
no
the
one
end of
cares?
the day, it's
Yeah.
like, did you break the record or not?
It loses context.
It really doesn't, though.
Well, Manuch doesn't say Barry Bonds is the all-time home run hitter.
Speaking of Barry Bonds, on this day in 2011,
Good segue.
sentencing. Put that down for the rewind.
Sentencing.
Sentencing. The census. Yes.
The consensus or sentencing?
It was announced in the trial of Barry Bonds.
We know what you're trying to say.
I know exactly what I'm saying. And then Drew Brees on this day breaks Peyton Manning's NFL record of 539 career touchdown passes. I got in an argument, almost a fight, last weekend that Drew Brees, in his opinion, is a top 3 quarterback of all time. I almost punched this guy in the face.
Wow.
But I won't even go top 5. I'll go top 10, but top Drew Brees, because he went to Purdue, this guy.
Oh,
so,
okay. I got you.
You
Is he
got to go
talking
Tom
college
Brady.
or is he talking NFL?
Oh, yeah, overall NFL.
Okay.
So, because I'm going, obviously, Brady, Montana, Unitas.
Yeah.
You
got to have Elway in there.
Elway. You may throw Peyton. Because I'm looking at Drew Brees, and I'm like, 1 Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You got to have Super Bowls, right?
Yeah, I think.
But I wouldn't say top 3.
No, I wouldn't
Dan
either.
Marino, even though he did
See, I can't put him up there because it's a team
He's
sport.
in the top 10.
Yeah, you got to look at the guys that won Super Bowls. You got to look at them as your
Otto
top.
Graham.
I mean, you
Yes,
look at,
exactly.
Hey,
Joe Pisarcik.
Bart Starr. Bart Starr. You can throw him in. He may not be in the top 10, but he won 5 NFL titles and 2 Super Bowl titles. So he's one of those guys. But I would say Brees, stats-wise, one of the greatest of all time as far as that's concerned.
Because, you don't put Patrick Mahomes in there yet.
No.
You don't put Josh Allen in there yet.
Right.
Where do you put like a Steve Young? Where do you put an Aaron Rodgers? I mean, there's some really good ideas. Does Terry Bradshaw make it? I mean,
He won 4.
I know, if it's a team sport.
Does Jim Kelly get in? He went to 4 straight with the Bills.
I mean,
It's a good argument, but
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. I can't say top 3.
I can't do that
No.
either.
Yeah,
I
good.
would-
All right. I hope he's listening.
I'd agree with that, Rob.
Jeez. There
you go.
Coming up, we're going to catch up with our number 2 quarterback.
Thank you.
To Manuch. Rudy Carpenter, formerly of the Dallas Cowboys and Arizona State. Get his thoughts on this Cardinals team in this rebuild. Are they ahead of schedule or are they behind schedule? So he will join us next. It's Roc and Manuch from the Trophy Barn, downtown Ocotillo, right here on Fox Sports 910.
You're clear. Trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Kyler Murray played turnover-free football and threw for 224 yards. James Conner had 110 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns on the ground. The Cardinals beat up the Patriots 30-17 to snap a 3-game skid. Cardinals now 7-7. They visit Carolina on Sunday. Monday Night Football will wrap up Week 15. 2 games tonight. The Vikings host the Bears, and the Falcons are at the Raiders. NBA, the Suns win.
We got Rudy on hold.
109 over Portland. 6 Suns finished in double figures. Devin Booker led the way with 28. Suns off till Thursday when they host Indiana. College hoops tonight. Grand Canyon plays on the road at Louisiana Tech. I'm Matt McCoy on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
You may not have any experience dealing with car wrecks, but Lerner and Rowe does. After your car wreck, you need an attorney to make sure your interests, like car repairs, medical bills, and lost wages, are protected. Finding the right attorney is actually easy. Just look for reputation, experience, and results. Lerner and Rowe has thousands of 5-star reviews, decades of experience, and we've recovered billions of dollars for our injured clients. Hurt in a wreck and need a check? Call Lerner and Rowe today.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Attention drivers, your safety matters. All City Towing, Arizona's largest towing storage services contractor, proudly sponsors the Move Over Law. When you see flashing lights, remember to move over and slow down. Together, we can protect our roadside heroes. Drive safe, Arizona. Sponsored by All City Towing.
Tease the season at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for holiday specials this year. Featuring the Callaway AI Smoke Driver with Smart Face technology and multiple sweet spots across the face, now up to $100 off. And from Bushnell, save on the Tour V6 and Tour V6 Shift Series laser rangefinders. There's always gift cards in any amount for those special golfers on your list. Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, proudly serving golfers since 1963 and home of the legendary 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
Kick off the football season with Twin Peaks, Roc, Manuch, Jimmy B, and Fox Sports 910 for our fantastic tailgating sweepstakes. Text PEAKS to 59925 for your chance to win a Traeger grill, Blackstone griddle, and more. No purchase necessary. Details at rockandmanuch.com.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado feature a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. That's why they've won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant and enjoy. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Experience sensational sound with Vizio's Soundbar Collection. Starting at just $99, there's a soundbar for every budget. Dolby Atmos in every model. Cinema quality sound is closer than ever. This collection features Vizio's simplest setup yet, so you'll be streaming your favorite iHeartRadio playlists in no time. Whether you're looking for a simple setup or the cutting-edge Elevate SE with 360-degree sound immersion and auto-rotating speakers, Vizio has you covered. Head to Best Buy or Amazon to find the perfect Vizio soundbar for you.
Hey, can Roc hear me?
Sarah Spain for iHeart Women's Sports, presented by Capital One. In college,
Yeah, hey, can Roc hear me? Oh, we got Rudy on hold, but can Roc hear me?
An 82-76 upset over number 14 North Carolina on
Hey,
Sunday.
Ken from iHeart just came in. I'm going to send you an email.
Rudy Carpenter threw that right into the teeth, into the strength of the Wildcat defense.
Rudy Carpenter, now on Roc and Manuch on Fox Sports 910 on FM at 99.9 HD2.
So another big third down and 4. Murray lofts it. McBride's got it. And McBride keeps on his feet and is finally ripped out of the
Clip ends in 10 seconds. Mics are hot. Mics are hot.
Coming out, and the threat of the run brings the linebacker up to allow McBride to adjust and come back, and he just touch passes it right over the top. A beautiful play, and then McBride making Jabril Peppers pay.
At CBS Sports there with the call, Kyler Murray to Trey McBride as they go on to beat the Pats. Rudy Carpenter now on the right to the guest line. Rudy, as you look at this Cardinals team, there was a lot of talk a couple years ago or a year and a half ago when Jonathan Gannon took over this team that it's going to be a 3-year rebuild. And no one really said that, but that was kind of what we were looking at. If you look at this team right now, are they ahead, behind, or on pace to that 3-year rebuild in your mind?
Oh, man, I think that's a tough question. I mean, if I was just being honest with you, based on what I feel when I'm watching and not necessarily taking into consideration where they are with player contracts, where they are with the salary cap, where they are with draft picks, where they are with player development. I don't know. I kind of feel they're in the same spot. I kind of feel they're, a team that, when Cliff Kingsbury was there was, teetering back and forth on playoff contention and not playoff contention. And I kind of feel they're in the same spot now, give or take a few good or bad years under Kingsbury and now a few average to bad years under Jonathan Gannon. I don't know. They're at best a 500 football team.
Really, what would you need to see in reference to Rock's question about there's growth there? What is it, a consistency thing? Is it always staying 2-3 steps ahead versus 2 steps forward, 5 steps back? For you, what do you need to see for growth with a team like the Cardinals?
Well, I think that's another, I guess, tough, interesting question. And why I say that is because so much of NFL football teams you judge based on where the quarterback is, either in his development or where he is in his career from a skill perspective at that point in time. And, when I look at Kyler Murray, it's just kind of all over the place that sometimes he's terrible and sometimes he's okay, and sometimes he looks like the best player on the planet. And whether there's injuries, whether there's lack of development, lack of playmakers, inconsistencies in coaching staffs, I don't know. I mean, the NFL does a great job with trying to keep parity in the NFL. I mean, the NFL seems to love it when there's a bunch of teams who are 8-8 or whatever it is, I guess now with the one more game, but when I look at it, the elite teams in the NFL, you look at their rosters and they just have elite talent at more than a couple positions. And so again, when I look at this, I just don't think, and I've been saying this all year, the last couple of years, I just don't think the Arizona Cardinals have the elite talent where they need to have the elite talent to be, a perennial 10-win or more football team.
Rudy, and speaking of Kyler Murray, and speaking of 2 steps forward, 5 steps back, 2 steps forward, 5 steps back, you watch him make some of the throws, or I call them dumb throws or irresponsible throws, especially at the later part of the year, December. You look at their win-loss record, it's pretty bad. Number one, where do you think that comes from? And number two, can you, in your mind, cure that, to bring that out of somebody so they don't do that? I mean, I see this continually. I'm like, he should know better 6 years into a pro career.
Yeah, you see Joe Burrow at some points doing the same types of plays. And I think where that comes from is you have guys like, Kyler Murray and Joe Burrow who have been successful their whole lives, and they're used to winning and winning and winning and winning. And like the interception he threw yesterday where he just threw the ball out there and it got picked off down in the red zone. I think those are plays where, Kyler Murray's a couple things. He's frustrated about where they're at. He's competitive. He's trying to make plays. He's trying to play hero ball. And, I think that's what leads to some of the dumb throws, because he's tired of just giving up and punting and playing defense. Especially, I don't think that he has an incredible amount of confidence in the rest of the team around him, whether that be special teams or defense. And that even might not be fair. Maybe he should have a little bit more confidence in special teams or have more confidence in the defense. But again, I think he looks at it and says, geez, I just want to win some of these games on my own. I just want to win on the offensive side where, I know I can come out here and play well enough on offense and put up enough points to where our defense can just be average and we can still win games. I mean, if you were reading Joe Burrow's lips on the sidelines, it's been, going around all day today. They won the game yesterday. They won the game in convincing fashion. And you see him talking to Zach Taylor. Zach's trying to calm him down, and everything's going to be okay. And you can read his lips clearly. He says, this is embarrassing. We're playing terrible. And that's Joe Burrow. That's very high that
He's cutting out on his end.
Yeah, we're having some issues with him on his cell phone, so we'll try to connect with him back if we have time. Why don't you try to call him back, Bannon, if you could? We'll try to connect with him.
And let me finish up the thought on that. And it is, guys get away with so much that they make that kind of part of their DNA, which is unfortunate. Because they'll tell you, hey, number one thing in the national football, like, take care of the ball. You got a lot of guys around you. And again, it's you look at a lot of the things that kind of continues to do, and you think that they'd wash out of their system, that they would go, look, I've got to stop making these dumb throws. We saw a couple throws, was it last week? He sailed one into the end zone. I think it was Wilson or Marvin Harrison, just kind of chucked it up in the air. He chucks it up in the air, you're losing at least a field goal, losing points. And I think that's where, we look at the record in December, Kyler Murray gives up a lot of points.
2 minutes, we got it back on.
With his interceptions and what they do. Rudy, go ahead and finish your thought. We lost you there, buddy, in reference to the why the Joe Burrows and the Kyler Murrays get away with what they are, or why they do what they do.
Yeah, again, I just think that these guys are used to winning games, and they're used to doing it on their own without having to rely on the defense or rely on special teams. They're not used to winning games 13-10, right? They're used to winning games, 52-21 or whatever it may be when they were in college or high school when they're having success. And so it's really hard for ultra competitive guys like that to just give up on a drive, throw the ball away on third down, take a sack and punt, and put the game in somebody else's hands.
Rudy Carpenter's our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. Rudy, the Rams right now have moved into first place. They have the same record as Seattle, but they own the tiebreaker. Do you see the Arizona Cardinals and the Rams then battling out for the top spot at the end of the year?
I mean, everything is mathematically still there, right? For everybody, really. I think the Seahawks, the Cardinals, and the Rams are still, mathematically, theoretically have a real shot at this thing. And I think when you look at it, all that really matters on the Cardinals side is they just have to win. They just have to win every week and then see where the chips fall, where they fall. So, who's going to be at that top spot? I think it's going to come down till the very end between all three of those teams.
Rudy, thank you as always. We'll get back to Sunday talk when we have more time, but we do miss doing that on Mondays with Rudy. But thanks, buddy. Have a good week. And Merry Christmas if we don't talk to you. That's Rudy Carpenter joining us here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. And he comes to you today by All City Towing. If you are looking for a career change, looking to take your career to the next level, visit allcitytowing.com as they are hiring. If you're looking for that new move for 2025, I recommend going to the website and look at all the different jobs they have available, call takers, a lot of attendants, drivers, etc. They have a lot of different opportunities for you, but everything's on their website. So just go to their website, allcitytowing.com. That's All City Towing, where your future is on the move. Well, speaking on the move, Heisman Trophy winner Travis Hunter's NFL position is now a dilemma. Plus, transfer portal continues to change football. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from the Trophy Bar in Chandler.
Choosing the right
You're clear
for car wreck is important. You need to consider the law firm's experience, results, and reputation. Lerner Rowe stands above other law firms when it comes to experience and results, helping over 150,000 people recover billions of dollars for their injuries. When it comes to reputation, we have thousands of 5-star reviews, and year after year, we have been voted best personal injury law firm in Arizona. Call us today and let us put our experience, proven results, and reputation to work for you.
Lerner Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Craving tacos? Discover the Taco Spot, where mouth-watering, authentic Mexican flavors meet a modern twist. With 12 locations and more on the way, we're the local favorite. Visit TacoSpotAZ.com and follow us on social media. Come experience the tacos to Taco Bout, the Taco Spot.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selections. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and always online at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out WrightToyota.com.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook. Hashtag Sexy Roof Status. At State 48 Roofing, we are family owned and operated, born and raised in Arizona. We'd love to give back to our schools and community. Contact us at state48roofing.com.
Jenny!
Hey, Jenny!
Jenny, come on in! Steve!
Hey, Steve!
Steve, how you doing?
Meg!
Meg, nice to see you! Hey, Meg!
Arena Sports Grill. Come on out for the sports, off-track betting, incredible food, and friendly faces. The best daily specials in Scottsdale. Arena Sports Grill, 62nd Street in Bell. We know you.
Join Desert Diamond Casino as they celebrate their anniversary and Desert Diamond Arena's 20th year of bringing the best entertainment in the Valley. We've already given away thousands in free play, but this week, the biggest prize is still to come. Friday, December 13th, guests can win $2,000 in free play. Friday, December 20th, we're giving away hourly cash prizes starting at $2,000, with one lucky winner taking home $20,000. December 20th, celebrate Desert Diamond Arenas and Desert Diamond Casino anniversaries.
So, there I was, trying to impress my wife by fixing the kitchen sink clog myself. I thought, how hard can it be? I mean, I do own a plumbing company after all, right? I've seen a few things in my time. 10 minutes later, water spraying everywhere, the kitchen looks like a disaster zone, and my wife's already got Gettle on the phone. I guess she knows when to call in the pros. She doesn't mess around when it comes to her home. Gettle technicians will handle your clogged or slow drains and get them running smoothly without the mess and without your spouse thinking you've lost it. That's worth $80 any day in my book. Wouldn't you agree? And while we're at it, make sure your home's fully ready for winter with our rejuvenation. Our 6 critical checks keep your heating system running smoothly all season long, giving you comfort and peace of mind. Visit Gettle.com. That's Goettl. We'll unclog your drain, but it's hard to spell. Call us today.
This holiday season, visit Boot Barn for top quality gifts that pay tribute to the lasting heritage of the West. From handcrafted cowboy boots and American-made felt hats to leather jackets, our in-store experts will help guide you as you shop, assisting with boot fitting and providing complimentary hat shaping. This holiday, share a piece of the American spirit. Boot Barn. Unwrap the West.
Let's get ready for football! It's Football at 50, the latest top football story trending this hour, right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
It is my honor to announce that the 2024
Clip ends 10 seconds. Mics are hot.
Heisman Award goes to Travis Hunter.
Well, the newly crowned Heisman Trophy winner, Travis Hunter, who you just heard there, has an interesting and potentially very expensive dilemma on his hands. We all know he's a two-way star there at Colorado. He ends his collegiate career and will enter the NFL draft. They have BYU still in their game. He edged Ashton Genty from Boise State, who rushed for just over 2,400 yards. Beat him by 214 points, which is the closest vote since 2009 when Mark Ingram II topped Stanford's Toby Gerhardt by just 28 points. But here's the dilemma. This season, he played just over 1,400 snaps for the Buffaloes, more than 700 each on offense as receiver and defense as a cornerback. Caught 92 passes over 1,100 yards and 14 touchdowns, grabbed 4 interceptions and 11 passes defended. He's projected, as we know, as a top 5 pick. Well, no one disputes his talent, right? We can't dispute his talent. The big question is, what position will he play? Because there's a big difference. Now, I'm kind of putting the cart before the horse on this because his first contract is locked. It's the second contract is what we have to be concerned about, right? The average salary of the 5 highest paid wide receivers is just over $32 million a year. Justin Jefferson tops that at 35. For the cornerbacks, it's $10 million below that. around $21 million. Nico Collins at 24.25 is the highest. Then it's Jalen Ramsey. So the discrepancy there is it's not until a second pro contract, because his rookie deal, we know it's all slotted. He'll make about $40 million over 4 years. But should he go in and start as a wide receiver and make himself a brand as a wide receiver, or do you go as a corner knowing that you're going to still, down the road make less than you would as a wide receiver?
Well,
because that position's not going to change.
No, I think that wide receiver is what they prefer, but they might use him periodically as a defensive back. Deion Sanders came in as a pure corner that they would use periodically as a receiver.
Yeah.
So there's a value there, but he might be a horse of a different color with this contract, saying, well, whoever drafts him would like him to do both. I would say they'll probably go, look, you're a receiver. We will play you periodically as a cornerback as needed. But to your point, it's an economical decision. I would go in as a receiver. If they want me to play corner or a slot corner or a safety, whatever, on key situations, then they might do that. Now, he may get to a point that this athlete that gets drafted might create a new market. Now, not that you're going to see this year in and year out.
Good point.
But all of a sudden you got
he's a hybrid.
He's a hybrid. He's a guy that could say we're going to pay him receiver money, but use him here and there. And then there's some teams go, well, look, we're going to pay that kind of money. We're not going to put you in harm's way on the defensive side with a chance of getting hurt. But we like the way you cover. We like the way you can roam center field, whatever it is. So I would say initially it'd be as a receiver, but they would use him once in a while as a corner or slot corner.
I see it like this. You are desperate. He's going to go to a lousy team. He's going to go to the Giants or the Raiders or the Patriots. What do they need to do? They need to get better. How does he make that team better? He's on the field on both sides of the ball. I see him playing at least his first season on both sides of the ball and maybe even into the second season, because that team is lousy and they need to get incrementally better. If I'm a coach of one of those teams, I'm looking at the beginning of the year to play him on both sides.
Well, but the thing is, okay, you pay him that kind of money as a receiver and you put him out there on the defensive side.
I'm just talking rookie and
I get it.
First,
I
and
get
second
it.
year. That's it.
Same thing. So if it's a bad team and there's more value on the offensive side, they may curtail that a little bit, but I don't think you're going to see him go both ways initially.
So if he's the top pick, number one, he'll make $42.2 million.
Okay.
If he's the fifth pick, it's $35.43
as a receiver.
No, it doesn't matter.
No, just as
okay.
the pick. That's
just
what
as
they
the
pay.
pick.
So
Yeah.
again, it's somewhere in the middle lies the truth with him.
Right, yeah.
And if he does go back and forth, they might even have return punts, kickoffs,
Yeah.
besides receiver. But at some point, they got to make the team's got to go, look, we got to protect our investment. We like him more as a receiver. We're going to hold him off. And then they might say, hey, look, if we draft you, you're going to be a pure receiver. We may, keyword there, play you as a defensive back once in a while.
I still think that's a mistake. I really do.
Oh, he could do both.
I know.
He could do both.
He's truly gifted at both positions, Manuch, and I believe that you would have to initially try to capitalize on that and use it as a selling point to your fan base to try to bring them back. It's because you don't have the fan base. You've lost them because your team is so bad.
I don't think anybody's lost their fan base in the NFL. I don't think anybody's losing a fan
Carolina, lots of empty seats yesterday.
Carolina's never really had a fan base.
Well, they did when they went to the Super Bowl.
They really did. Come on. My parents live there.
Yeah.
My sister lives there. Even when they were playing well, my whole family and friends and family were still supporting the other teams that they grew up watching, not Carolina.
Let me add this, guy.
Same similar here in Phoenix.
And to that point, I think that they're going to go, okay, where is this kid going to be most impactful for us? And where can we rely on him down in and down out? It would be on the receiver side. And the only thing I could see him going in on the defensive side is third and long. Or
you're going to play him nickel?
You might play him nickel, slot corner, nickel, you could.
Okay.
At certain situations.
Okay.
But when the NFL looks at guys on their team, where can we put a guy that's more impactful and then get him out of the way with other situations? They got to protect their investment.
I understand that.
They can't overuse the investment.
Yeah.
If they do and he gets hurt on defense, all of a sudden you take away a home
run
run hitter.
He can get hurt on offense. He can get hurt
Exactly.
blocking out carrying
But
the Heisman
but Jimmy,
Trophy.
what I'm saying is you want to tempt fate by playing them both ways. If they know he can hit a home run on offense at any time, why put him out there where he has a chance to pull a muscle or do whatever? They're kind of saving their investment, being conservative with it. I would think. I mean,
he's a wide receiver.
I
Put
agree.
him as a wide receiver.
I would agree.
Plain simple. Don't play both.
He's got a chance.
It's too much.
He's got
1 minute.
He's got a chance. Where's the biggest chance for him to score on every play? It's on the defensive side. It's on the offensive side.
I agree
That's
with
how
that.
they look at their impactful players.
Okay.
And it will have a lot to do with the team he goes to.
Yeah,
too.
yes,
So, hey, real
exactly.
quick, how about Navy taking care of Army? Boy, for the first time since 2021, they got the Commander-in-Chief trophy after that was 125th game between those two, and they smacked them pretty hard, 31-13. So a lot of transfer portal stuff that I was hoping to get into this segment, but we won't. Got some news with Arizona State, Kenny Dillingham, and a guy that was on campus allegedly from USC that we'll get into as well. But next,
15
the Suns and LeBron James. The social media just kind of blew up last
10.
week with all the talk of LeBron James being part of that Diddy craziness. So I want to get into that.
5.
ESPN is looking at maybe buying the Twins. So a lot to get into. Craig Fouie as well. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B has been sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Seize the season at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for holiday specials this year. Get maximum distance and performance with the Titleist GT driver. Come in and get custom fit today. And from Bushnell, save on the Tour V6 and Tour V6 Shift Series laser rangefinders. There's always gift cards in any amount for those special golfers on your list. Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, proudly serving golfers since 1963 and home of the legendary 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
Keep listening to 99.9 KEZ on the free iHeartRadio app, or just search Holiday in the app for more holiday music playlists and podcasts. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
iHeartRadio. With its new look and taste, Dasani is always crisp, clean, and refreshing. So, when thirst calls, answer with the new refreshed taste of Dasani water, now without salt. Learn more at Dasani.com.
This holiday at T-Mobile, I'm joined by a special co-anchor. What up, everybody? It's your boy, Big Snoop D-O-double-G.
Snoop, let's talk about T-Mobile.
Okay, cool.
This holiday, get 4 lines for $25 a line, plus 4 iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence and the all-new camera control on us.
Let's get cracking, like a breakfast egg.
You can use those eggs to make some eggnog, Snoop.
Respect. And people do love T-Mobile, where you can save on every plan versus the other big guys when you switch. You know, y'all can take some of those savings and buy some Snoop merchandise.
Always a great stocking stuffer, Snoop.
We up out of here.
Hold your horses, Snoop D-O-double-G. Let's remind people one more time.
Head to T-Mobile.com and get 4 iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us, plus 4 lines for $25. Now drop that jank.
With 24-month bill credits for eligible trade-ins and 4 new lines without auto pay. Above qualified customers, taxes and fees, and $35 per line connection charge. Contact us before canceling entire account to continue remaining bill credits or credit stop and balance on required finance agreement is due $999.99. Credits end if you pay off device early. See how you can save on wireless and streaming versus the other big guys at T-Mobile.com/switch. Apple Intelligence requires iOS 18.1 or later.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Broadcasting from the Raffi Law Group Studios. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD3 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
Kyler Murray played turnover-free football and threw for 224 yards. James Conner had 110 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns on the ground. The Cardinals beat up the Patriots 30-17 to snap a 3-game skid. Cardinals now 7-7. They visit Carolina on Sunday. Monday Night Football will wrap up Week 15. 2 games tonight. The Vikings host the Bears, and the Falcons are at the Raiders. NBA, the Suns win 116-109 over Portland. 6 Suns finished in double figures. Devin Booker.
Is that you, Jax?
28. Suns off till Thursday when they host Indiana. College hoops tonight. Grand Canyon.
Oh, I thought it was him for a second.
Yeah. I'm Matt McCoy on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Our warm December forecast continues. Today's high temperature running again above average with a high expected around 74 degrees. It'll be a mix of clouds and sun overhead, but dry conditions. And tonight, chilly with the forecast low down to 45. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm meteorologist Crystal Ortiz.
This report is sponsored by Big O Tires. Trust the team with expertise that goes beyond just tires at Big O Tires. Just a season of savings at Big O. Get $100 to $200 in rebate savings on 4 select in-stock necks and tires with installation purchase now through December 31st. Details at BigOTires.com.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B is sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
Mics are hot, gentlemen. Mics are hot.
On Air Sports Marketing. And is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In Iraq and need a check? Make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. On Fox Sports 910.
Good Monday afternoon, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B and Jax and Bannon. We're out here at the Trophy Bar in downtown Ocotillo for tonight's 2 Monday night games. Give you an opportunity to win $9,100 by rolling the jumbo dice at halftime of the Bears-Vikings game. That'll be coming up here tonight at 6:15. Kickoff. We're here till 4 o'clock. Remind you that we'll be giving away a pair of Suns tickets each day this week at 3 o'clock. So about an hour from now, you'll have an opportunity to win a pair of tickets to see the Suns and the Memphis Grizzlies on December 31st. So if you don't have any New Year's Eve plans, and if you're like most of us, oh, it's overrated holiday anyway, go to the Suns game. You're safer. You're safer to go to the Suns game.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, it would be. So speaking of basketball, social media has lit up with fans debating whether LeBron James' absence signals a potential departure, either from the Lakers, maybe some retirement, or maybe he's hurt, or something else like personal matters. Because social media has been going absolutely nuts saying it's personal matters, that he's involved in the Diddy Combs disaster. And if you're not following it, which I wasn't until my girlfriend started bringing it up every day last week, are you following this LeBron James thing, with Diddy and that he's at the parties? And I'm like, no, I'm not. I don't care about the Diddy stuff, right? So, of course, now I had to kind of get into it a little bit.
You had to look at it.
So if you're not into the Sean Diddy Combs deal, he's currently facing a series of very, very serious allegations, including sex trafficking and rape. And October, 2 lawsuits were filed by individuals who were reportedly underage at the time of alleged sexual assaults, with one victim, and this is sicker than you know what, being just 10 years old. It's some sick stuff. And where LeBron James where his name comes up, because it's been rumored that he's been associated with Diddy and has been attending some of the parties. He even showed a clip of him basically saying, there ain't no party like a Diddy party. All right. So last week, during the team practice, I don't know what day it was, J.J. Redick told the media that he is not with the team right now, and stating that the reason was personal. This is where it gets nuts, because some feel on social media that he's getting his lawyers and his team together, that he needed to step aside from the Lakers and spend some time to figure out how to handle this Diddy deal. And there are multiple people that have already been accused. Cuba Gooding Jr., Jay-Z, a lot of the rappers and music celebrities. There's a lot of people talking about it. But where it gets even more interesting is when there's people that know LeBron, that have played basketball with LeBron, like former Cavs guard Brandon Goodwin. He's one of the latest to say that this would be one of the craziest sports stories in history. And then a UFC former interim welterweight champion in Colby Covington, He criticized him ahead of his fight the other day. You may have seen that. And former Sun Stephon Marbury has already weighed in. And there's been so many that have jumped in. So with all this being said, he did come back last night. He did have a pretty good game, too. And he did say the 8-day layoff was because of a sore left foot. Then why wouldn't you just come out and say it was because of his sore foot?
Exactly.
That's all you have to do these days. It's just come out. Like this old drone BS. If the government would just say, hey, we're doing some testing, and this is something we're doing that we got to keep quiet, I think people would respect that and say, okay, all right, so it's okay. We don't need to worry about these being aliens or whatever it is. It's the government doing what the government does, which we know they don't do you know what, and they're handling these drones. But if the more that they, like this Diddy thing, the more that they don't get in front of it, now you got people out there trying to shoot these things in the air, and it's going to get worse before it gets better.
And the thing is it kind of like guilty by association.
Yeah.
Because there's so many stars and superstars that went to these parties over the years.
Oh, I'm sure that
guys
he went.
For many, many years. So all of a sudden, if you're associated with P. Diddy Combs, you are a potential, suspect or either suspect as far as what's going on. Now, I'm like you. If it's a personal reasons, what does your foot have to do with anything? I need to step away. I got some things I need to take care of. It's a private matter.
Make
I'm
it
moving
up.
on. Whatever. Yeah,
say
whatever.
something.
Yeah.
Say
my back hurts.
Say I'm sick. I got I got the flu.
Yeah.
I mean,
anything.
Instead of personal matters, that's where people start to speculate, and
Exactly.
it gets worse.
Yeah. And when he says, hey, it was my ankle or whatever, it's like, wait, BS. Now that's his own private business. If it's personal matters, let him
But
off.
for a guy that's the so-called face of the NBA, and when he talks, people listen. He knows how to play the media.
Oh, sure
he
he
knows how he could have made this not seem so bad on social media.
Yep.
But when you have the general public, like my girlfriend who's more into it than I am, every day saying, dude, and throwing out all these things that she's seeing and what's getting reported or what's being rumored out there.
Yeah.
It's craziness.
Well, people try to connect the dots. And when a guy comes out and says, well, it was more for my ankle, that's BS, because if it was your ankle, you'd be at the game, you'd be sore getting treatment. Versus you're not going to take a personal time off because of an ankle. You're just not. But
why wouldn't you? If you can't play.
If you can't play, you're there at the team. You're not going to – he's left the team.
Yeah, that's where it got a little weird.
That's where it doesn't make sense. And your story kind of adds up to that, where it doesn't make sense he left the team for personal reasons. If he's just there because of an ankle, they're not going to give him time. You can stay here, get your treatment, be a part of the team.
The thing is about LeBron James, I mean, there's some people that love the guy.
Sure.
But there are a lot of people that can't stand the guy. When he got all woke and did all that stuff, Black Lives Matter, where that got kind of really out of hand, I think a lot of people lost respect for him. And then he was okay for a while. And then now here, this is going on. And you see him in pictures of in a maid's outfit, and he's at the Diddy parties drinking, and you see the videos. It's hard not to kind of speculate that he's involved in some of this. I'm not saying at all that he's a part of the allegations, but it's not. He could have been at those parties when that crap was going on.
Well, I think people are like, okay, if you got the goods, or they could these people could get subpoenaed at any time.
They can.
Okay, so the subpoenas, they talk about Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey used to be at a lot of his parties. This person, that person, and the rumors are, well, all these superstars are lawyering up. Or
a lot of superstars.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Why are they all lawyering up?
Okay,
if there's nothing to see here, then why aren't they lawyering?
Because it's guilt by association, which is what right now the internet is doing to LeBron. And he was there. There's
multiple
video.
times.
Yes, there's video of him seen there. So now they are just trying to, as Manuch said, connect the dots. So far, those dots have not been connected.
And what they may want to ask me, what do you know what you don't know?
Yes.
And when you put them under oth,
they may want to talk.
They might want to talk. Are you aware?
Oh, they're clearly going to talk to him.
Oh, absolutely.
That's why I think a lot of people speculated that that's what he's doing. He's luring up. And if that's the case, hopefully he's okay.
If you're going to lawyer up, you don't have to take time away, do you? Can't you just meet with your attorney?
Okay. I don't know. This isn't like you got a traffic ticket.
This is a big
deal.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So a lot of that stepping away, get yourself lined up.
But
talk, with the stuff with the wife knows or doesn't know.
Yeah.
That you got to come clean with the family. Here's some things. Those are closed door meetings about him talking to his attorneys. If they come down and say, look, this is the potential. All these superstars, what's going to probably happen? what do you know? What don't you know? You got to be honest with me if I'm going to represent you so we can move this forward.
I hope this is just one deal and it
goes
it's
away.
not true and it goes away.
Sure.
Yeah, it's sick.
It is.
Let's move on. Justin Ishbia. Forbes estimated his net worth at $5.4 billion with a capital B. It's Matt Ishbia's brother. He owns the Suns. We all know he purchased the Suns back in 2022. Well, Justin, who's 47, he's the founder and managing partner of Shore Capital Partners. It's a Chicago-based private equity firm. And he has 22% of the United Wholesale Mortgage. He is, along with his brother, it looks like they're going to make a run at the Twins. Mm-hmm. Twins have been family-owned since 1984. They got a couple World Series. But you got two brothers that are billionaires that are going to try to make a run at a Twins franchise, which is currently valued at $1.46 billion. Now, these guys have the money. I mean, they're both worth close to $10 billion each. Just how would you like it wired?
Why not? I mean, if you
Okay.
if you have the jack, which they do, and their love of sports, we know that Matt Ishbia was a walk-on guard at Michigan State, and so it's in his blood. I'd have to look and see if Justin played sports someplace, but I'm assuming that he probably did. And if that's the case, now that you have become a billionaire several times over, why not capitalize and do what you love?
And the most recent baseball team that sold was the Baltimore Orioles, and that went for $1.725 billion. So that was March. Mm-hmm. So I would assume that this will go for $2 billion. And I got to tell you, Minneapolis is a tremendous market. They love their Twins.
They do.
And if you get some owners in there that are going to spend money, you look what Matt did. 2 months in, he signs Durant.
Sure, yeah.
So I would think that Twins fans, if you're listening, you're excited and you're pushing for the Ishbias.
They also have a terrific stadium.
Oh, yeah, Target Field.
Target Field is gorgeous. It's downtown, and they take great pride in taking care of their fans and doing it right.
So all those hockey fans in Phoenix that hear this going, man, we'd love for him to buy a expansion team, do it here. Will probably, I don't know, may go out the window if they do this Twins deal. And selfishly, a lot of fans here, hockey fans, think, you know what, man, we would like to really seen him start a new franchise here, but it would cost more to start a hockey franchise here than it would to purchase this team. The land, the fee to get in, the build the stadium, the franchise. So that might be a $2.5 billion deal after it's all said and done.
I don't know. There's a guy by the name of Josh Harris. Okay. Josh Harris owns the 76ers. He is owner of the Devils, and he's now part of the Commanders. So if the Ishbias want to also buy the Twins and a hockey team, go for it.
I would say,
why not?
I would agree. That'd be cool. But you wonder if this would cool them down from starting a franchise if they did. But hey, Rock, they may say, look, we want a major team in 3 major markets or 4. Who knows what? And if hockey in Arizona makes sense with whoever the partners are, so be it.
Craig Fooey, ABC 15's next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Ready for Christmas?
You're clear.
99.9 KEZ is.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Christmas music is on our sister station, 99.9 KEZ, when you're ready. Sponsored by JW Marriott Desert Ridge Resort and Spa.
At Grand Canyon University, we believe in equal opportunity, and the American dream starts with purpose. Whether your pursuit involves a bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree, GCU's learning environments are designed for supportive networking and collaboration. With over 330 academic programs, GCU provides a path to help you fulfill your dreams. The pursuit to serve others is yours. Find your purpose at GCU. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Any car dealer in Arizona can compete on price. That's what dealers do. But not many dealers can compete on customer satisfaction. Like Wright Toyota. Make the right choice. Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. Just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard. And online at wrighttoyota.com.
Crest Insurance is about more than providing coverage. It's about creating your safety net. We offer access to a national network of trusted carriers. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, We're here to help with a personal touch that's close to home. We're deeply invested in our communities, supporting local charities and initiatives that uplift.
We got Craig on hold.
Crest Insurance. Coverage you can trust. Service you can count on.
Take your armchair quarterbacking to a whole new level. Join the action at fanpick'em.com and try to win this week's pro football games. Play the Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em, powered by Blue Moon and Coors Light. Plus, score weekly man cards. Don't wait. Visit fanpick'em.com today. That's fanpick'em.com.
Tease the season at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for holiday specials this year. Featuring the TaylorMade QI10 driver with 10K inertia. TaylorMade's most forgiving driver ever, now $100 off. And from Bushnell, save on the Tour V6 and Tour V6 Shift Series laser rangefinders. There's always gift cards in any amount for those special golfers on your list. Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, proudly serving golfers since 1963 and home of the legendary 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
So my home is also my office. And before I can focus, every room's gotta be clean. That means tidying and spraying my Febreze Air Mist. Ooh, that's fresh. Febreze Air Mist scents are all high quality. They fight any weird funk, and they give my air an instant boost of freshness. So not only does my home smell good, I feel good too. After I Febreze, it's time to start my day.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on singlecare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check SingleCare to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to
We got Fui on hold, by the way.
or download the free app today.
It's time for Backed or Fooey with ABC 15 Sports Director.
Mics are hot.
Fooey joins the guys each Monday to break down the top stories of the weekend. And as a reminder, Manuch writes the questions. Now here's ABC 15's Craig Fooey.
How are we doing today, Fooey? What's the pulse today in the sports world?
I'm doing well. We got a start to the week that's kind of shiny and bright and beautiful sunshine. A couple weeks till Christmas. Looking good. The Cardinals got a win. The Sun Devils are getting closer to the Peach Bowl. Playoffs start this weekend on Friday on ABC. Yeah, it's a great week so far.
Any news on Arizona Diamondbacks' new stadium? I'm going to ask you like once a month. I'm just going to throw it out to you once a month just to see.
I don't have anything new. I know tensions are high.
Yeah.
And something's got to give here sooner than later. But no, I don't. And the Suns won last night. So there you go.
All right. Here we go. Factor Fooey with ABC 15 Sports Director. Craig Fooey. You can follow him on Twitter at Fooey on Sports. All right. Though the Cards won 30-17 against the lowly Patriots, they are still a playoff contending team. Factor Fooey. I didn't write it.
I'm gonna say Fooey on that. I mean, mathematically, yes. You know, it's hard to argue with the math because they're still in contention for a wild card berth. I guess they're still in contention to win the West, right?
Yep.
Even though the Seahawks and Rams are a bit better, but the Cardinals have a road ahead that's the fourth easiest in the NFL, which is a good thing. They're going to Carolina this week to take on the Panthers at 11 a.m. start on our time on the East Coast, which is never good for the Cardinals, going east and playing early. And then they have to go to the Rams, and that's going to be a tough one for them at SoFi Stadium. So the 49ers are going to be tough too. I mean, they finished the season with the 49ers at home, but the Niners, they play well at times. So I don't think it's an easy road for them, but other things have to fall in order for them to jump up into that playoff round. So I'm going to say Fooey on that right now.
All right, Coach, question number 2. It is only about the running game and the running game only with James Conner that gives the Cardinals any chance of winning the next 3 games. Fact or Fooey?
Yeah, listen, if they don't run the ball with James Conner, they're toast, right? We've seen that happen with those 2 games against the Seahawks, a game against the Vikings. Yesterday, he finishes with 110 yards. The Cardinals get 163 yards rushing. Conner gets a couple touchdowns in the fourth quarter. So, yeah, they have to run the football and establish the run. And you could see it, yesterday, even against the Patriots, as bad as they were coached and as bad a talented group as they are, you could see the Cardinals wore them down in the fourth quarter, and so you've got to continue to pound the ball with James Conner and ultimately just have those defensive front seven just cry uncle at some point in the third or fourth quarter.
Fooey, I will ask you the easiest one on here today. Tight end
right.
Trey McBride is deserving of being the all-pro tight end for the NFC. Fact or Fooey?
Wow, for the NFC, huh? I'm going to say fact. The only thing Trey McBride is lacking is a receiving touchdown.
They tried, Coach. They tried.
I know they tried. Couldn't come up with it. You saw him laughing too after that play too. He's trying. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Trey McBride's been awesome. What's this? His third season now? Is that right?
Yes. Yep. Yeah.
He's been phenomenal. He's been phenomenal, and he does everything they ask him to do. I still don't like his stance on the line of scrimmage, but other than that, he does everything well. So he reminds me of a Pop Warner kid in the first stance. But you know what? In terms of his receiving and his willingness to block, he does everything well, and he's at the top of the stat list. So he should be all pro NFC.
All right, let's switch gears. Talk some Suns. The Suns have once again proved that as long as Kevin Durant plays, they will be a contender to win the Western Conference. Fact or Fooey?
Fact. What is it about KD and that team, right? KD's on the court, he's playing, and they win. I mean, there's something going on where they need him, and he's playing at a high level for his age. I mean, it's hard to argue what he's been able to do. The question is going to be, can he stay healthy for the season? And we've already seen, the dings here with the ankle, and you never know what's next. But yeah, he's a solid player, and obviously some kind of leadership there because they seem to click a little bit better when he's on the court. So I'll say fact to that.
All right, Coach, NBA question for you. And the Dallas' 143-133 win over Golden State last night. There was an NBA record of 95 three-pointers shot with TV ratings at their lowest ever. The NBA needs to take drastic measures to realign the game. Fact or Fooey?
Yeah, fact. Listen, and the other thing you got to do is you got to stop all these guys, whether it's coaches or players, from getting in the political bandwagon and talking about what they think and believe, right? Just play the game, talk about the game, stay away from politics in that realm because it's just turning people off. So don't do that either. And the three-point shot is just like, you always feel like I'm at the playground, right? Watching a bunch of guys in the backyard, on my hoop in my backyard, just crank up the three-point shots. It's like have an offense, play some defense too, for goodness sakes. That would be a fun thing to see once in a while in the NBA.
Yeah, what do we
it's
all
like a free for all, just a bunch of guys running and shooting threes.
What did we all play out? We played Mississippi or we played Pig.
Yeah, we did.
We did Mississippi. What did you
Pig.
guys do?
We did Pig.
Yeah, you could only handle three.
Yeah, 3 or 4.
You guys couldn't spell Mississippi.
Or horse. We played a lot of horse. We do all
horse.
things.
Yeah.
I played Mississippi State.
Yeah.
You played Mississippi State. STAT. Yeah. Okay.
And if you're tight for time, you play Pig.
Yeah,
exactly. You got it, Coach. That's it.
Hey, Fooey, one of the questions.
Get back to work. Let's play Pig.
Yeah, exactly. Let's throw one more at you. We've been asking all our guests today in regards to the Arizona Cardinals and their 3-year build. In your opinion, are they ahead of schedule, behind schedule, or right on pace of this 3-year rebuild?
I think they're on pace. Listen, okay. I don't know if you can say they're 7-7 right now, right? They're coming off a 4-win season last year, 2 consecutive 4-win seasons. They're at 7-7 right now, which is kind of where I thought they would be. I was surprised they came through the first 10 games the way they did. Right, they were 6-4 going into the bye week, and then they lost 3. Now they bounced back with a win. But I think this is kind of where they thought they were. They've got a lot of building to do on the defense still, and the defensive front seven. There's some work to do on offense, obviously. And what the heck is going on with Marvin Harris? Can we get him in the game, please, and get him involved more? Gee, many Christmas, he's a top 4 pick in the NFL draft. I mean, what is going on? I think they're on pace. I think this has been it was a tough climb after Steve Keim left. Right, it was just going to be a tough one, and so Monty Ossenfort's had his work cut out for him, and I think he's doing an admirable job where they're at in year 2.
Coach, is there some kind of psychologist or psychiatrist that can visit the Cardinal complex and talk with Kyler Murray? Why in December? The mental irregularities, the dumb throws, the Hail Mary throws. I mean, Rock brought this up last week about his record, and they did on the TV in December, late November, December. It's just like, what are you doing? You're 6 years in, but he continues to do this year in and year out. I mean, was that question in reference to Jonathan Gannon today at all? Or will it be, you think?
Well, it's coming up. I mean, we're going to talk to him about that, I'm sure. If somebody
3.
question. If they don't, I will. But, the interception yesterday that he threw, and he got bailed out with a roughing the passer call that certainly wasn't a roughing the passer call, in my opinion, was just a crazy, what the heck are you doing?
Yeah.
Right. And there's questions about his judgment when it comes to this time of year. And when he's on, he's hotter than blue blazes. But when he's off, it's just like it looks awkward to me. Like there's just something going on. And so I think a sports psychologist would be a great addition to his repertoire of people that he has following him around.
Hey, if it gets quiet in the Q&A with Coach Gannon, could you ask a question for me? Here's the question.
Yes, I will.
Just could you ask him, say, have you ever played a team that's opponents' coaches were not coached well? Because he tends to always say, oh, yeah, they're coached well. Every opponent, they're coached well. I'd love to know if he's ever played a team where they have bad coaches that aren't coached well. Because you as a former coach, it's funny how it's just what you have to say in that industry where you're always plugging the other guy's coaches. No matter if the team hasn't won a game, they're coached well.
Right.
So that's what I'm asking.
And that team yesterday was not coached well.
No. No. Man, oh, man.
Yeah, it's kind of sad
that
to see
was
that.
Awful.
Yeah, it's
When they showed Robert Kraft in the crowd, right, with his son sitting next to him, Kraft is just sitting there kind of staring, and his son is going crazy, talking about just pissed off with stuff. You could just see it. It's like, I think Gerard Mayo is on a short leash right now.
But for a team that's not coached well, the fan base is still showing up. They did it. You could hear could hear them big time yesterday.
Well, hell, if I won 6 championships, I'd follow them too.
Yeah,
right?
good point.
Good point.
What do we got to lose here? They're terrible, but my gosh, look at the rings they brought us.
Good point. All right, buddy. As always, man, make it a good week. We'll talk to you
Thanks,
next.
guys. All right, I appreciate you guys. See ya.
That's Craig Fouie, ABC 15. Follow him on Twitter, X at Fouie on Sports. His phone number is 602. No, I'm just kidding. But Fouie, appreciate him taking some time today, as he does each and every Monday. But it's true. These coaches, they're coached well. Yeah, it is coach speak. It's chapter 2.
It's almost insulting that they throw that at you.
It is. Yeah. That's why it's like there doesn't go. He does it more than anybody that I can recall. And hey, this is a knock on Coach Gannon. I'm a fan of him, but it's just one of those things where it just seems like that's the go-to. And a lot of these guys, they don't like talking to the media, and they're always going to just say the things that they were
taught. Page 55 of chapter 3.
Exactly.
Always compliment the opposing coach and team. To your point, they might be 0-10. You know what?
They're coached well.
Like Lou Holtz used to say, this is the best team we've played all year.
Like if we were playing Chicago again, they've already fired their coach, their offensive coordinator, oh, yeah, but they're coached well. Or they're playing the Jets. They've already fired their coach. They fired the GM, but they're coached well.
What a much improved coaching offense they're going to have this week.
Hey, next is our G2G Protein Bar Weekend Game Changers. We're out here at the Trophy Bar in downtown Ocotillo. You have an opportunity tonight to roll the jumbo dice for $9,100. Gave away a big screen TV just 2 weeks ago for rolling 6 pictures of Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Pretty cool stuff here at Trophy Bar. Queen Creek in Price. Can't miss it. Great place. Hot spot here at Trophy Bar. By the way, you'll have an opportunity to win a gift card in about 20 minutes. As Tim Hovick from Santan Ford will join us. And then at the top of the hour, we'll have a pair of tickets for the Suns Memphis Grizzlies at the end of the month. So that's all coming up as we are here at the Trophy Bar. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
You're clear. Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Kevin Durant says his injured ankle is about as good as it's going to get for the remainder of the season. Durant chipped in 20 points last night in the 116-109 win over Portland. They host the Pacers on Thursday. The Cardinals are back at 500 after defeating the Patriots yesterday. However, they are still on the outside looking in at the playoffs as the Seahawks and the first-place Rams sit atop the division. The Cardinals are in Carolina this week. And more accolades for ASU as running back Cam Scadaboo and receiver Terrio McMillan are first-team All-Americans. The Sun Devils continue to prepare for the Peach Bowl, which will be played on New Year's Day. I'm Darryl Joyner on Fox 910 Sports, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
There's going to be a lot more games that tickets get to that price. So if you want to be a part of them, you better buy season tickets. You better do it right now. You better sell it out because we're going to have a lot more games where this thing wants to show up to. Buy your season tickets Let's make that every single week of next year. Because why would you not want to be in that environment? It's one of the most fun places to be in college football. Why would you not want to do that every Saturday?
Get your Sun Devil football tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Looking for the ultimate spot to watch football with fellow Ohioans in Phoenix? It's Upper Crust Pizza and Wine Bar. Enjoy great pizza, cold drinks, and cheer them on all season long at Upper Crust. Located at the 101 and Cave Creek Road.
Year after year, Lerner Rowe is voted best personal injury law firm in Arizona. You may wonder why. The answer is quite simple. Lerner Rowe is so popular because we give every client excellent service and a superior experience. But also the main reason is results. We've recovered billions of dollars for our clients with over $1 billion collected in the last 5 years alone. Our phone lines are always open and our legal team is standing by right now, waiting for your call.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Life's a sprint. Meet G2G protein bars. Grab and go fuel for the office, links, and daily grind. Score an 8-pack at Costco or explore flavors at G2Gbar.com. Quick, delicious, power-packed G2G protein bars. Setting your pace.
Looking for the ultimate spot to catch all the college football action and your chance to win $9,100 every Saturday? Join us at Philly Sports Grill for the Dos Equis Game Day Show, live every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at any of our 4 Valley locations. Each week, up to 20 contestants will have the chance to roll the dice and win $9,100. Plus, be entered to win tickets to the first ever quarterfinal game in Glendale. Plus, enjoy Dos Equis featured each week. Visit Fox910GameDay.com for details. Philly Sports Grill, the #1 sports bar where the game is always on and the excitement never ends.
CEOs You Should Know gives you an opportunity to learn from some of the top business executives across Arizona and the country. Hi, it's Rich Barra. Come and join me by searching CEOs You Should Know Phoenix on your free iHeartRadio app.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
The only place you're going to find 3 10-foot screens with games on full volume in 3 separate rooms, all in the same bar.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
With dozens more big screens. You'll find every game you're looking for only at Dukes, because there's only one Dukes. Voted best sports bar by New Times.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
Pool tables, shuffleboard tables, darts, karaoke and trivia nights. 3 huge patios on the Greenbelt, all doggy friendly.
Where Dukes? Where Dukes? Miller and McDowell. Scottsdale.
Celebrate the journeys that bring us closer together with an exclusive offer on a vehicle you'll adore at the Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration, going on now through January 2nd. Learn more at mbusa.com/special offers.
Mics are hot.
All right, Roc and Manuch.
You're live.
Roc and Manuch. Jimmy B, still here.
Yep.
As we
All
are
good.
at the Trophy Bar and in Chandler, and we're going to get to our G2G Protein Bar Game Changers of the weekend. Fire it off for me, big fella. I'm going to wait until you get it.
Firing.
Little G2G protein bar. Fire that off, big fella. You got it.
It's Jalen Hurts.
I said it to you.
There you go.
Jalen Hurts. What a day, man. 25 of 32, 290. Great rating. You were so efficient from the start. Tell me about what that passing game, what really clicked today, because you guys were on fire from the start.
Well, man, I'm telling you, look, you beat me a couple of times, and now you're giving me trophies, man. That's how you do it.
Hey, you earned it.
Clip ends in 30, my bad.
Well, no, it's tons of respect for you. Love seeing what you're doing right now, and I just think, you know how it is playing this game and playing this position. It's all about finding the rhythm, you know, and for all 11 to be on the same page when we go out there and execute. And I think we were able to find a good rhythm this year, a rhythm that we hadn't found for a long time this year. But that's what great teams are able to do, win in multiple ways. And I think we showed that we can win in this way as well. So it's a great team game, team win.
Jalen Hurts, 25 of 32, 290 yards, 45 on the ground, 3 total touchdowns. Found A.J. Brown, which was the story going into that game, and a franchise best now 10th straight win. As Brown had 8 catches, 110 yards. Devontae Smith, another 11 catches, 109 yards. I mean, you look at these two after a combined only 8 catches for 80 yards last week, but they are at Washington this week as they hope to get 11. So that is my G2G Protein Bar game changer of the game or of the weekend, Jalen Hurts.
All right, man, let's go back to Detroit, last night's game.
Dangerous to the left. He is big. And it's Allen easily going in, hopping home for the touchdown.
Yeah, how about Josh Allen yesterday? Thank you to CBS for that as he gets that nice touchdown run. And the Bills 48-42 win over the Lions. 2 weeks in a row now, the Bills have scored over 42 points, giving up a lot of points on defense too. But Josh Allen threw for 362 yards, threw the 2 touchdown passes, 68 yards rushing with the 2 touchdowns. Has not been sacked in a month. Key here is he's threw to 9 different receivers. He's being responsible with the football. I'm going to say this right now. I would think 3 games ago, the odds-on favorite to win the MVP in the National Football League, that Josh Allen, Buffalo Bills quarterback, G2G protein bar, game changer of the weekend.
All right, I'm going to go to the Army-Navy game. I have the privilege of attending that contest a couple of times throughout my career, and the pageantry, everything is sensational about it. And the Navy quarterback, Blake Horvat, was sensational as well, including what you're going to hear right now.
And Horvat lobs one wide open touchdown. Brandon Chapman.
Got the wheel. Look at a lot of eye candy.
There you go. Horvat, the quarterback. He passes for 107 yards in the game and 2 touchdowns. He carries the football running 25 times for 204 yards, 2 touchdowns. It included a 48-yard run. Navy beat Army at 31-13 in the annual Army-Navy game. That is my G2G player of the weekend, quarterback Blake Horvat.
If you've not tried a G2G protein bar, I strongly recommend it. What's great about it is you buy it at Costco in the refrigerated section. They're delicious. They're fresh, no preservatives. And you pack one in your lunch, your workout, whatever it may be. It's a great way to get some solid proteins and healthy fats into your diet. Check it out in the refrigerated section at Costco, or go online as they have more brands, or I should say brands, flavors at G2GBar.com. That's G2GBar.com. Get one today, but the best route is Costco. Got some baseball stuff I want to pass along. As last week, the ball that New York Yankees center fielder Aaron Judge dropped in the 5th inning of Game 5 of the World Series was sold at an official Major League Baseball hosted auction for $43,510. The auction drew over 101 bids over 10 days for a ball that was dropped.
Yeah.
How screwed up are people?
We are messed up.
You have a party, you got some friends over, and you got, your memorabilia, and then there's the ball right next to, like, you came to my house, and there would be, and this is what I have. I have a Willie Mays. I have a Mike Schmidt. I have a Pete Rose, Harlem Killebrew. I go on and on, Rod Crew, Thurman Munson, all the balls that I have. And then I'm going to have that one ball that is the one that was dropped
in center field.
Would that one get the most, talk or what?
Well, number one, who got the ball to earmark that as the drop ball, number one?
That's right.
That would put that on the dugout and say, hey, here, mark this as the drop ball. Where did that ball comes in, and the referees use, or the umpire throws it off the side, whatever. Did somebody save it? Did a ball boy go hey, you know what? This is the drop ball. I'm going to mark it, and then I'm going to go ahead and sell it. So that's the thing there is who marked it, who put it off the side.
Well, you don't mark it. You just
who put it off the side to say,
yeah, this is it.
And how authentic was it that's the ball?
Somebody did it.
I mean, but was there a Dodger fan that said, hey, this is what spurred us to the World Series title?
Because it's more like this one. There's another baseball that hit the auction block. And this was the Freddie Freeman walk-off home run in Game 1. That sold for $1.56 million. That's the 3rd highest amount ever paid for a baseball at an auction.
Wow.
So Shohei Ohtani's 50th went for $4.4 million.
So the 50,
I understand.
50 and 50 get
that one makes sense.
Those two
But
definitely make sense.
The Freeman is it's the first ever walk-off Grand Slam in World Series.
Yes.
I can see that value. But the 50-50 is historic. But these folks, these guys or gals, whoever buying these balls, it's like, wow, you got that much money, you're going to use it as an investment, resell it. 10 years down the road.
Nobody's even going to remember that he dropped the ball in center field.
But that's the mystify. How did you get the ball? How do you know that you earmarked? You know what? He dropped that ball, which led to a huge inning, which allowed the Dodgers to win that game. Miraculous comeback, right?
Right.
So you're like, okay. So did a ball? I'm so mystified. Who got the ball that followed it as it came in?
How do you know that is the actual baseball?
Because the umpire, if that ball comes back in, they throw it off to the side. I'm just
it's the dumbest thing I've ever done. So I caught a Dale Murphy foul ball.
Atlanta Braves, Dale Murphy.
Yeah, at the vet.
Okay,
as the Phillies and Braves were
Right.
playing.
1 minute break whenever.
Back in 1990, I think. And my dumbass decided to write Dale Murphy on the ball.
You wrote
the date.
Yeah.
I had no idea that I was going to end up in this profession, even though I was at the University of Penn that year, working in their athletic department, that I could have probably got the autograph from him at some point in my career. But I still have, with that Pete Rose, Harlem Killebrew, Rod Carew, is that ball that says Dale Murphy and the date.
And it's
foul
not
ball.
It's not Dale Murphy's signature.
No, it's not. It's just handwritten, like not even in cursive.
Yeah, you just wrote it.
Me being a dumbass.
And on the side, Jimmy, on the side of the ball, there's an asterisk by the side.
There's no asterisk. It's just me as a dumbass. Why would I do that? Like maybe a piece of paper, then put it in the cube, and then that would have been fine. Hey, coming up next, we need a challenger take on Tim Hovick from Santan Ford. Caller number 5, 602-260-9191. You can play for a Trophy Bar gift card. Here's the deal. We have all these gift cards. We've gone 6 weeks without giving one away because Tim's been winning. So we're going to do everything in his power to pick against who he thinks is going to win. So maybe we can give away a gift card so some people can come in here to the Trophy Bar. So caller number 5, 602-260-9191. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B right here on Fox Sports 910.
Craving tacos?
You're clear.
There's one spot in town that everyone can't stop talking about. The Taco Spot. With mouth-watering authentic Mexican flavors and a modern twist, it's no wonder we're the local favorite.
The Taco Spot has the best tacos I've ever had.
With 12 locations and more on the way, satisfying your cravings has never been easier. Come and experience the tacos to talk about. Enjoy handmade tortillas and fresh made-to-order meals that will leave your taste buds dancing. The Taco Spot, where every bite is a fiesta.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook, #SexyRoofStatus. All of our work using state-of-the-art materials and 5-star workmanship. Our inspections are free. You heard me? Free. Go to state48roofing.com to schedule your free appointment today.
Tease the season at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf for holiday specials this year. Featuring the Ping G430 Max, SFT, and LST drivers, now $150 off. And from Bushnell, save on the Tour V6 and Tour V6 Shift Series laser rangefinders. There's always gift cards in any amount for those special golfers on your list. Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, proudly serving golfers since 1963 and home of the legendary 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
Kick off the football season with Twin Peaks, Roc, Manuch, Jimmy B, and Fox Sports 910 for our fantastic tailgating sweepstakes. Text PEAKS to 59925 for your chance to win a Traeger grill, Blackstone griddle, and more. No purchase necessary. Details at rockandmanuch.com.
Join the team at the largest towing company in the state, All City Towing. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service personnel. Enjoy benefits like the state's most advanced towing equipment, set work schedules, a healthy 401k employer match, health benefits, employer-paid life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Ready to take your career to the next level? Visit us at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is on the move.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on Identify.
Sounding all good, sounding all good.
Speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com.
I'm happy if you're happy, Tim.
Gettle Air Conditioning is contractor license 282081.
Gettle Air Conditioning is always open on Christmas Day because one Christmas I got a brand new Stingray bike, the orange peeler. It had a banana seat and stick shift and shock absorbers and a tiny little wheel in front. It was magnificent. All I wanted to do was ride it up and down the street and shout real loud so all the other kids would see me. But just then, the phone rang. My dad said, Kenny, we have a neighbor without any heat. We need to go right now. We fixed 3 systems that day, and I saw 3 very happy families shake my father's hand and thank him for coming to the rescue. And all 3 of those families gave me a piece of pie. When we were finally headed home, Dad said, Christmas is about giving, son. It's about giving. Gettle is open on Christmas Day because you might need us. But I definitely don't need any more pie. If you see me on TV, you already know that. Gettle, Goettl. It'll keep you cool, but it's hard to spell.
I love spreading joy with gifts this time of year, but I try not to spread my budget too thin. Luckily, Kohl's has come through for me once again. I just went and used a 25% off coupon to score so many great gifts under $20, like cozy pajamas and fleece, amazing gift sets, and beauty must-haves. So if you're looking to give more for less this season, get to Kohl's. Select styles, offers end December 24th.
5 seconds still on air, gentlemen.
See store at Kohl's.com for details.
We are Santan Ford. Now to break down tonight's Monday night game and give his lock is owner and operator of Santan.
Mics are hot. Mics are hot.
Tim Hovick. Join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B tonight for another Monday night game at the Trophy Bar and your chance to roll the dice for $9,100. Now, Tim Hovick on Fox Sports 910.
By the way, 2 weeks ago, we gave away a big screen TV out here at the Trophy Bar because someone rolled our ugly mugs, 6 of them, instead of the Fox 910. So we're pretty happy. Are we going to put you on there next year? You want to, put some headshots of Tim Hovick?
I don't know if anybody wants to see any pictures of Tim Hovick. Face for radio.
That's what we've been faking it for 20-plus years here. So, all right, let's get the picks. Let's do the picks. Right now, you're 7-1. You had the Bengals last week. All right, this week at Curtis and Gilbert. This is what we're going to do this week. There's 2 games, and we're going to do gift cards for both. All right, some Trophy Bar gift cards for both. So he's going Bears and Falcons. Bears, which, man, they're out. Falcons are still in. Where are you going to?
But there's been coaching changes.
Yeah.
With the Bears.
It's going to matter. I don't know.
Those are good picks.
Good picks.
But they're wrong.
So you get caught up in this. You probably, I'm surprised you don't text us like on Sunday night and say, hey, I won again. I'm sorry, Tuesday morning. Hey, we won again. Because we bring on another guy on Fridays named Kevin Rowe, Lerner Rowe. He does picks too. And he blows us up on Sunday night that he won. So you're 7-1.
There's no reason
act
to
like
gloat.
You've been there.
Yeah, act like hand the ball to the official. We just scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
Thank
you. Yeah, thank you.
But by the way, make sure you cross the goal line
with
the ball.
What is that?
Then hand it.
Yeah. It's getting worse.
When did this happen, right?
Jeez. Oh. All right.
So that means I'm going to go the opposite, which means I'm going to take the Raiders at home minus the 6.5. I think I'm going out on a limb. I got the Raiders winning tonight.
Come on.
I got the Raiders winning tonight.
They're trying to get the first pick overall. They're not going to win any games.
At some point, it has to happen. They're at home. I think the Falcons are on a little bit of a downward spiral. And I think you're going to see a little quarterback mess going on in Atlanta after they don't win tonight.
So can we do a side bet, just you and I, on this game?
Of course.
All right, good. All right, we're doing a side bet. All right, we'll talk about that after the show.
If Atlanta loses the Raiders, that's called rock bottom.
It is.
Then, Mr. Penix, where are you?
Yeah, I think you're going to see Penix before the end of the year.
You might see him in this game if Tim Hovick is correct.
Yes.
You might see him come out in the second half.
All right, Vikings and Bears.
Vikings and Bears. I mean, the greatest quarterback that's ever lived, Sam Darnold. Come on.
Close.
Come on.
He's in the neighborhood.
Yes. No, I'm going to take Minnesota minus the 7.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Minnesota. I like them to blow out the Bears.
Bears are out of contention anyway.
They are.
They've had a rough year. There was so much expectations for them this year going in.
Caleb Williams been
a lot of Bears fans out here.
Average been sacked 5 times the last 3 games.
Yeah.
On average, 5 times the last 3 games.
Yeah, you hope he isn't, in that category of the kids that come into the league and they're on a tough team. And,
David Carr, the first-round pick of Houston, you
Yeah.
remember that. He was sacked 75 times his rookie season.
Yeah, they're just never the same. And,
No,
and
he
hopefully,
never was.
you don't wish that on anybody. I remember Bruce Arians saying he still to this day will tell you that the best quarterback that he ever scouted that came into the NFL was Tim Couch.
Really?
And Tim Couch got ruined in Cleveland.
Offensive
And
line,
Bruce
yeah.
Arians always said if Tim Couch would have got drafted by a good team, Tim Couch would have been a superstar.
Wow,
and
interesting.
sometimes they go to these teams, and I mean that's the way the draft works.
And then on the flip side, you got a Josh Allen who hasn't been sacked in 4 or 5 weeks.
Right.
I mean, it's been crazy. So, hey, this Cardinal team, it was a good win, a win that they were supposed to win, right? And this week at Carolina, they're supposed to win too. So as you look at this rebuild of this team, we've been asking all of our guests today, as you look at this 3-year rebuild, are they ahead of schedule, behind schedule, or on pace at 7-7 right now?
You know, I'd have to say they're about on pace, and these last 3 games are going to be what the difference is.
Okay.
I think, you know, in my mind, I thought, you know, after 3 wins last year, 7 this year was kind of the number that I thought probably made sense. And, you know, because I thought of it as a 3-year build. And so, hey, if they could win 2 or 3 more, then I think they're definitely ahead of schedule. But I think they've won enough to where you feel, okay, they're on schedule. You know, and I think, too, this season's interesting because your perception becomes reality. If they'd have lost a few games, but right now they were 7-7, but they've won like all 3 games after the bye, you'd be going, wow, we were really on to something. But the fact they came out after the bye and lost 3 games, I think everybody's, you know, a little disappointed versus we could have had the same record and people wouldn't have been disappointed. It's just kind of the perception and reality of it.
And I think the thing, too, is you look at I think they're ahead of schedule because they had a chance to go to the playoffs. But it's that game yesterday, which I think they should have walked through, they struggled. If not for an interception call back,
right,
a fumble in the end zone for a touchdown, a 4th down stop. I mean, the Patriots are in this game till the very end to win it. So doesn't make a difference how you win it. You can win it ugly. But to your point, I think it might be more on par. My thoughts are, well, I get a chance to go to the playoffs or a wild card versus, well, they came away with the win, but it didn't look good the way they won it.
Tim, they go to Carolina, and they're going to play a Panther team that got beat up really bad by a awful Dallas Cowboys team. So we saw Carolina play Roc's Eagles really tough, took them all the way to the final couple of minutes before they ended up losing that game. Then the Cowboys at Carolina beat them up good. So what happens now in your estimation with the Cardinals on the road?
You know, I think the Cardinals will play well. Hopefully they got through their little hiccup with those three post-bye losses.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I think if you look at the Cardinals, and again, going back to ahead or behind, I think their defense has probably been a little better than what we all thought it would be. I think, you know, coming in, we felt like the offense would have to carry us. And I would agree. Yesterday's game, it shouldn't have been as much of a sweater for part of the second half as it was. You know, it ended up kind of being a blowout at the end and so forth. But I think offensively, I mean, we've been sort of average.
Yeah.
And I think that's the disappointing thing. You know, you bring in Harrison, you feel like Kyler's healthy, and at times this year's played like, you know, in the MVP conversation, and at other times you kind of scratch your head and go, man, he's been in the league 6 years. I don't expect him to play like that. And it's been a little bit of you try and scratch your head a little bit when you watch their offense.
Yeah, I think a lot of us want to see more Harrison Jr.
Yeah, where is he?
Get him in play.
Not
That's frustrating.
And with him, not just they're throwing the ball to him. It's just the adjustments, like that touchdown he dropped. He should have high pointed that football. Should have had a touchdown then. But I think what happens a lot is he doesn't realize how good these defensive backs. The kid that was guarding him yesterday was Gonzalez, Ramirez, whatever his name is. He's a phenomenal defensive back. These are big boy defensive backs. He's going to have to understand stronger hands, more willpower. But I'm like a lot of folks. We'll design more plays for him. Get this kid in the open. Get him the damn ball. And let him make a play.
Yeah, I liked him. I liked early in the game when they threw to him. I think
crossing around.
like a lot of young players, if he gets the ball early, that's very helpful for him. But the other thing, I think he will get better at both. I was at the game, and there were a couple of plays in the end zone where he wanted interference. He's got to force the interference.
Absolutely.
He let the guy push him. And instead of he's big enough and strong enough, he should have fought back through that guy and forced the referee to throw the flag. and he kind of let the referee off the hook in both instances. He got up and saying, hey, why aren't you calling interference? Well, he didn't really push the receiver or the defender enough to get the call. I think if he would have.
I can hear an official going, hey, rookie, you let me call the game. You're a rookie. You know what I mean? I can hear those guys going, hey, Rook, I got it. You know?
It looked like that was probably a pretty good definition of the conversation.
Tim, as always, buddy, we appreciate you. No ASU talk today, which is okay. The transfer portal, some things are going on. They got a wide receiver from Clemson. That was a good pickup. A couple other moves that they're making. I think it's been a little quiet, but I think that's all right. It's good to be in a situation where it's quiet. I think once after the Peach Bowl, they win that game, keep going, then we'll start hearing more people that want to come here.
Yeah, I know they had a lot of players in on the portal Friday and Saturday, and so we'll kind of see what happens. It was reported that Deuce Robinson, the top player in Arizona a year ago, is looking, and that would be a home run.
Speaking of home run, with that, we were going to get to this, but how great would it be to start seeing kids wanting to come back now?
Right.
They want to come back to Arizona. They may have went to the big schools that they thought. Now look at this kid, Robinson, seen on campus this weekend. Maybe he's coming back.
30.
That'd be great.
If you're a really good receiver out there, you can't throw it to yourself. You got great weather, and you got Sam Levitt, who next year, I mean, how many quarterbacks are better than him that are coming back?
He's good.
So I mean, if I'm a really good receiver
15.
and I want to get to the NFL, boy, ASU looks good.
He's Tim Hobeck, Santan Ford, 10. And the Trophy Bar will come back. Hour number 3 next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B has been sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
Over the years, Lerner Rowe has helped over 150,000 injured people recover billions of dollars for their injuries and over $1 billion in the last 5 years alone. What does that mean to you when you're looking for an attorney to handle your personal injury case? That means that Lerner Rowe is a law firm that not only has experience, but the proven results to recover money for your injuries. The insurance companies know which attorneys won't put up a fight. When you call us, we call them, and they know they have to pay.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Craving tacos? There's one spot in town that everyone can't stop talking about. The Taco Spot. With mouth-watering authentic Mexican flavors and a modern twist, it's no wonder we're the local favorite.
The Taco Spot has the best tacos I've ever had.
With 12 locations and more on the way, satisfying your cravings has never been easier. Come and experience the tacos to talk about. Enjoy handmade tortillas and fresh made-to-order meals that will leave your taste buds dancing. The Taco Spot, where every bite is a fiesta.
With its new look and taste, Dasani is always crisp, clean, and refreshing. So, when thirst calls, answer with the new refreshed taste of Dasani water, now without salt. Learn more at Dasani.com.
Join Desert Diamond Casino as they celebrate their anniversary and Desert Diamond Arena's 20th year of bringing the best entertainment in the Valley. We've already given away thousands in free play, but this week, the biggest prize is still win $2,000 in free play. Friday, December 20th, we're giving away hourly cash prizes starting at $2,000, with one lucky winner taking home $20,000. December 20th, celebrate Desert Diamond Arenas and Desert Diamond Casino anniversaries.
This holiday at T-Mobile, I'm joined by a special co-anchor.
What up, everybody? It's your boy, Big Snoop Deal Double G.
Snoop, let's talk about T-Mobile.
Okay, cool.
This holiday, get 4 lines for $25 a line, plus 4 iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence and the all-new camera control on us.
Let's get cracking, like a breakfast egg.
You can use those eggs to make some eggnog, Snoop.
Respect.
And people do love T-Mobile, where you can save on every plan versus the other big guys when you switch.
You know, y'all can take some of those savings and buy some Snoop merchandise.
Always a great stocking stuffer, Snoop.
We up out of here.
Hold your horses, Snoop D-O-double G. Let's remind people one more time.
Head to T-Mobile.com and get 4 iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us, plus 4 lines for $25. Now drop that J.
With 24-month bill credits for eligible trade-ins and 4 new lines without auto pay. All qualified customers plus taxes and fees and $35 per line connection charge. Contact us before canceling entire account to continue remaining bill credits or credit stop and balance on required finance agreement is due $999.99. Credits end if you pay off device early. See how you can save on wireless and streaming versus the other big guys at T-Mobile.com/switch. Apple Intelligence requires iOS 18.1 or later.
Bill Brown here with Accident Law Group. If you were hurt in an accident, find us on the web at accidentlawgroup.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting from the Raffi Law Group studios. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD3 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
Kevin Durant says his injured ankle is about as good as it's going to get for the remainder of the season. Durant chipped in 20 points last night in the 116-109 win over Portland. They host the Pacers on Thursday. The Cardinals are back at 500 after defeating the Patriots yesterday. However, they are still on the outside looking in at the playoffs as the Seahawks and the first-place Rams sit atop the division. The Cardinals are in Carolina this week. And the accolades continue for ASU. Running back Cam Scadaboo and receiver Tetiero McMillan are first-team All-Americans. The Sun Devils continue their preparation for the Peach Bowl, which will be played on New Year's Day. I'm Darrell Joyner for Fox 910 Sports, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Another chilly one for us tonight. Temperature drops to a low of 45 degrees as we head into our Tuesday. The temperature only climbing this week, unfortunately. That means our high getting up to 76 degrees, well above average for this time of year. A mostly sunny sky and dry conditions. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm meteorologist Crystal Ortiz.
This report is sponsored by PayPal.
This season, the PayPal app has amazingly low prices for holiday shopping. Get exclusive cashback offers in the app. And with the PayPal debit card, PayPal stacks 5% more in the monthly category of your choosing on up to $1,000 in purchases. Don't just pay, PayPal.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B is sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
Mics are hot, gentlemen. Mics are hot.
On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900 and always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
We hope you're having a great Monday afternoon. Roc, Manuch, Jax. We lost Jimmy B. He may have fell in the toilet. I don't know where he's at.
Where does he go?
I don't know where he goes. Who's he calling?
I don't know.
It's like the guy's retired. He's nobody needs to call.
It's like, we got this show from 1 to 4.
Yeah.
Just heads up, Jimmy. Come
where-
back from
where-
break.
Where'd that little guy go?
Where's the
Get under the table.
Yeah. Maybe.
Anyway, we'll be fine without him. He'll be back tomorrow. Cards keep their NFC West titles hopes alive with that win yesterday. That was a big deal. I want to get into some of the stories in the National Football League. It all ended last night. We got 2 more tonight, though, with the Packers jumping out early on the Seahawks, and they won that game easily, 30-13. Love had a great game, 20-27, 229 yards, a couple touchdowns. Josh Jacobs, what a great pickup he's been for them, 94 yards and a score. Geno Smith did depart with an ankle injury. Not sure how long he's going to be out. Seahawks had a 4-game winning streak snapped. They're now 8-6. Overall, another streak was snapped, and that was the Lions. They had a franchise record 11-game winning streak that snapped by the Bills, who knocked them off 48-42 there in Detroit. It was the highest scoring game in the NFL this season. Josh Allen, again, making a case for MVP, 362 yards, a couple touchdowns. He even ran for 68 and scored 2 more. The Buffalo Bills, their offense is just off the charts. 8 straight games now, 30-plus yards. We've talked about it multiple times today. Josh hasn't been sacked in the last month. They have extended their franchise mark of 11-3. Very impressive. Flip side, Jared Goff. I mean, if they would have won, you would have loved his numbers at 38-59. Almost 500 yards, 494 yards, 5 touchdowns, but they have fallen to 12-2. They still lead the NFC North, but the Vikings are right behind at 11-2, and they shouldn't have a problem with the Bears tonight. But this is a rivalry game.
Well, and the Lions are getting hurt at the wrong time of the year. David Montgomery now has been ruled out with the knee injuries out the rest of the year.
Right.
They've got 13 players on Detroit that are on the IR. The defense, you're starting to see the effects of not having your starters in there. This is the second game, I want to say, they gave up over 35 to 40 points. The Bills' offense is clicking. Their defense is struggling because of injuries. So right now, it's about who gets healthy and who doesn't. When you look at the teams that are going to the playoffs and can stay hot going to the playoffs, Patrick Mahomes looks like he's dinged up. Don't know what his status is right now. You got Carson Wentz to back him up, an experienced quarterback there. So there's and you watch this, that Seattle game yesterday against Green Bay. Green Bay's defense just smothered Seattle.
They did.
And you just kind of see the separation, how Green Bay smothered the Cardinals. They've smothered the other NFC West opponent, that being the Seattle Seahawks. So you're seeing those teams that are starting to get it the last 3 or 4 games, years ahead into the playoffs. But injuries are a huge part of whether you win a Super Bowl or not.
And here's the follow-up.
Whoa, welcome.
What?
Everybody, Jimmy B's
Jimmy,
now
you're
with us.
here.
Oh, I'm here.
You know, we've been here for 5 minutes without you, Jimmy. Did you?
Who do you go and talk all the time? Or you just
Yeah.
like to walk and just get your thoughts
I
together?
just need to do that. Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Jimmy,
Yeah.
we would go a show from 1
I
to
knew
4.
you were going to bust on me.
Well, where
Let
were
me
you?
follow up my point.
I'm listening. Don't
Okay.
worry. Don't keep Manuch out of this.
You and me, Rock.
Got
You
it.
and me.
Rock and Jimmy B. Weekdays, 1 to 4.
Where the hell do you go?
So don't look now, but there's a team that plays in Florida that has gotten well with all of their players that were hurt during the middle part of the season. Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers went into Los Angeles and just smoked the Chargers in yesterday's
40
game.
points.
40 points. They are scoring in bunches, and they are getting their defensive studs back off the injured list, which Manuch chronicled so well with all of the other teams that now have major injuries. Tampa could really be the big-time spoiler in the NFC.
Well, but they got to win. They got to blow out Dallas. That's the
Sure.
Sunday night game.
That is the Sunday
All
game.
right, they got to blow out.
Yes.
I will believe that if they can put a string together, because I've jumped on that bandwagon when we were talking about Baker Mayfield as the MVP there.
Yeah.
Remember, he was just playing out.
He was playing
out of
great.
his mind.
Yep.
And then they hit a wall. They had some injuries, but Mike Evans, most underrated wide receiver.
I agree.
Guy has always puts up great numbers, but no one really just talks about him like in the hall or anything.
The only time they ever talked about him was when Brady was there and they won the Super Bowl.
Here's the other thing too,
And then he got conversation, but then nobody talks about him. You're right.
Tampa could have beat Detroit last year.
Yes,
in that quarterfinal where Baker threw the pick
at the end of the game, trying to get him down there.
I just think right now it's the Philadelphia Eagles. When you see them, they manhandled Pittsburgh yesterday. I did not see that coming. I mean, even though Pickens was out of the game, Philadelphia, with all the internal issues or not, I mean, they came out from the get-go and they controlled that game from start until finish. A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts, it's all good. But, I mean, I look at Philadelphia right now and I go, wow, this team is really healthy, hitting on all cylinders, no matter what the issues are off the field, whatever it is. They're stepping up and playing, I think, some of the best football in at least the NFC.
On the flip side, we like to discuss the back pages, by the way. Oh, before I get into the back pages, let's take the 5th caller at 602-260-9191. 602-260-9191 for a pair of Phoenix Suns tickets against the Memphis Grizzlies on December 31st. 5th caller, and those tickets are yours. 602-260-9191. We're going to be doing it every day at 3 o'clock. And I was a little late. I apologize, but Jimmy B wasn't here. Can't do NBA without Jimmy B. So 602-260-9191. 5th caller, tickets are yours. All right, let's get to the back pages. The Daily News in New York. Air Farce 3. As yet another plane flies over the stadium. Giants sink to 2-12. With blowout loss to Ravens. Now, this fan, he paid for the second plain message. And what did he want to do? He wanted to embarrass the Giants owners. So the first one that flew over MetLife last week said, and it was basically to John Mara, the owner, please fix this dumpster fire. Now, the second one, which was yesterday, it said to Mara, we won't stop until you fire everyone. I mean, it literally says, Mr. Mara, enough, we won't stop until you fire everyone. And
it's a long-ass banner.
I was just going to say.
That's a long banner in the sky.
Rock, you got money. Did you ever buy a banner on a plane to have it fly over the stadium? Rock and Manuch with Jimmy B?
Let me tell you this, though. I would totally afford this. How much do you think it costs?
I don't know.
New York.
Yeah.
New York, North Jersey.
Yeah.
With the plane, I bet it's close to $10,000 with the plane, fuel, the whole
Who you
night.
guys think?
I'm saying around 10 as well.
All right, Jax, you want to play?
Probably 15.
All right. What about you, Brandon? You wanna be part of the program today?
Bannon?
Oh, he's got the callers. All right,
yeah,
never
forget
mind.
that. He's on the phone.
Only $1,500.
That's
What?
it.
That
Phones are going crazy. My bad.
$1,500.
Wow.
I would do that all day long. Back in the day when same old Cardinals. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Because they didn't have the roof then.
Yeah, remember flying over Sun Devil Stadium.
3 minutes.
When the team was got 3-4 wins. Yeah, I mean, that was bad. So let me continue with some of this stuff. New York Post, Santa Claus, as an Adams delivers huge second half as Jets top Jags in early Christmas miracle. Of course, you know what's going on with Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams. They finally clicked. This is what Jet fans have been looking for. Adams had 9 passes from Rodgers, 198 yards, 2 touchdowns, became the 12th player in NFL history with 100 receiving touchdowns. Pretty strong there, pretty strong. But 14 is the magic number, as the number of seasons the Jets have gone without making the playoffs.
Wow. I thought they might have flown some, if that was a flight thing.
Yeah.
The curse stops it because that's what Rodgers was talking about. Well, maybe this team is cursed from that standpoint.
Newsday in New York said the A-Team, vintage Aaron and Adams show as Jets finally win a close one. There in Boston, New England, of course, it said burdened as Pats flop against Cards. Daily News in Philly, besties again. Hurts makes up with receivers.
Sure.
What else do we have?
It's amazing what
here?
touchdown passes will do.
Yeah,
in Baltimore, the front page with Lamar Jackson, high five. There in Tampa Bay Times, we're talking about Tampa Bay with their big win, catching up to history with Mike Evans on the cover. In Denver, delightful for the Broncos. The Texans extra said sweet sequel. And what do we got in Dallas? Showing fight. Dallas says playoffs long shot with strong defense and rushing.
They're just hoping to get to 500. That Dallas. The next 3 games, they get to 500, a game above. That's what you think of. Is Mike McCarthy gone? If we get this team to 500 with the injuries, if they still keep him. Sounds like they're probably going to lean toward keeping him.
Mark in Phoenix, congrats. You won the Suns tickets. We'll do it again tomorrow at the same time, so tune in for your opportunity to win those. Your chance to win $9,100 is tonight here at the Trophy Bar, downtown Ocotillo or Chandler. Each week, 20 lucky contestants get a chance to roll the jumbo dice to win some prizes. If you roll Fox 910, you win $9,100. You roll Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B, you win a big screen. We did that last week. Next, the playoff picture in the NFL, the draft order through week 15. As we dive into that, as the Texans, they clinched the AFC South. The Vikings get in, and the Bears eliminated from the postseason yesterday. He didn't even play. We'll get into more NFL talk. And then Frank Sanders. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 9.
Christmas music
You're clear.
is now on our sister station.
Sorry, the guy would not stop talking.
Christmas music playing throughout the holidays on 99.9 KEZ. Set a button. Sponsored by JW Marriott Desert Ridge Resort and Spa.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
Watch for a crash downtown, westbound 10 near 7th Street, off right. We've got a crash reported eastbound 10 near State Route 143. That one's sitting off left. And we're still dealing with a crash requiring extrication at Price Road and University Drive. Also, a crash is reported now with injury 16th, just south of Northern Avenue. With a look at Phoenix traffic, I'm Rob Kendrick.
This report is sponsored by PayPal.
This season, the PayPal app has amazingly low prices for holiday shopping. Get exclusive cashback offers in the app. And with the PayPal debit card, PayPal stacks 5% more in the monthly category of your choosing on up to $1,000 in purchases. Don't just pay, PayPal.
Looking for the ultimate hangout? Welcome to the Trophy Bar in downtown Ocotillo, where epic sports, stunning cars, and ice-cold drinks meet fabulous food and specialty cocktails. It's the spot for everyone. Guys love our 34K TVs, 16-foot video wall, and killer happy hour specials, while the ladies indulge in high-end decor and amazing cuisine. Join us for our thrilling nights. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Mondays, Coach Dillingham on Wednesdays, and Cards on Thursdays. Visit us at Price and Queen Creek Road in Chandler. The Trophy Bar, where the spoils go to the victors.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook. Hashtag Sexy Roof Status. At State 48 Roofing, we are family owned and operated, born and raised in Arizona. We'd love to give back to our schools and community. Contact us at state48roofing.com.
When you're hurt in a car, truck, or motorcycle wreck, Learn and Roll will take you from wreck to check, from crash to cash, from accident to whatever rhymes with accident. And we'll help you with all the details in between. We'll help you get to the right doctors, even if you don't have health insurance. We'll help you get your car fixed. We'll help you get your doctor bills paid. And then we'll fight with the insurance companies to get you every dollar you deserve. Hurt in a wreck? Call Lerner and Rowe. We're with you every step of the way.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Craving tacos? Discover the Taco Spot, where mouth-watering, authentic Mexican flavors meet a modern twist. With 12 locations and more on the way, we're the local favorite. Visit tacospotaz.com and follow us on social media. Come experience the tacos to Taco Bout, the Taco Spot.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado feature a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. That's why they've won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant and enjoy. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
If you've been putting off holiday shopping, you're not alone. But the holidays are next week, so it's time to kick things into high gear. Macy's Holiday Countdown Sale is here to make last-minute shopping easy, with great deals on top gifts, like cozy hat, scarf, and glove sets from Coach, Kate Spade, and more for $49.99. Boxed up and ready to give. Easy. So if you haven't gotten to everyone on your list yet, don't be too hard on yourself, but do shop Macy's ASAP. These deals end Thursday. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
This is former Notre Dame quarterback Brady Quinn. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Staples Stores.
Week 15 of the NFL season wraps up with the Monday Night Football doubleheader. The Vikings host the Bears before the Falcons visit the Raiders. ASU running back Cam Scadaboo and receiver Tetiero McMillan are first-team All-Americans. Meanwhile, the Sun Devils continue their preparation for the Peach Bowl on New Year's Day. And Suns minority owner Justin Ishbia is reportedly interested in buying Major League Baseball's the Minnesota Twins. I'm Darrell Joyner.
Staples has amazing deals on everything you need for the holidays, from custom holiday cards and photo gifts to laptops and gaming systems, even shipping solutions. And now save up to $350 on select computers. In-store only. Offer ends 12/28. Unwrap huge holiday savings at Staples.
Mics are hot. Mics are hot.
Rumbling up the sideline. The big man still on the run. And out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
One of the best plays of the Sunday afternoon, a 30-yard return by Sweat, the big man from the Titans. And for him to just put his arm out there.
That was Derrick Henry's stiff arm. It was
great. Well, you probably knew him when he played there, I guess. Corner, man.
Whatever.
So the Giants and the Raiders are currently in the race for the number 1 overall pick. Falcons play the Raiders tonight. We saw what the Giants did yesterday against the Ravens. They're just they're garbage. They're garbage right now, and I don't mind saying it. Being an Eagles fan, love seeing the New York teams not play well. But the Texans, how about the Texans? They've won their division for the second straight year. They clinched the AFC South yesterday afternoon as they beat the Dolphins 20-12. With that, the Chicago Bears, they were, well, not because of that, but they were officially knocked out of the playoff race without even playing yesterday, as they were eliminated from postseason after the Commanders got by the Saints by 1. So the Bears are now the third team that have been eliminated from the NFC, along with the Panthers and the Giants. So here's the playoff picture right now as of today. Currently in first place in the NFC, it's the Detroit Lions at 12-2. The Eagles 12-2. They'll play the Commanders this week. They're at number 7. Tampa Bay, which is third at 8-6. They'll play number 6 Green Bay that this week, 10-4. And LA Rams would play, if the playoffs ended today, they would play the Vikings at 11-2. On the bubble, Cardinals, Falcons, 49ers, Cowboys, and Saints. They're all still in it, technically.
Mathematically
yes.
in it.
AFC, it's the Chiefs with the bye. Bills would play the Chargers. Steelers would play the Broncos. Texans would play the Ravens. And on the bubble, these all three of these teams are 6-8. That's Colts, Dolphins, and Bengals. So that's the playoff picture right now.
I just, you look at that and you go, okay, still, 3 games to go. Still, injuries aside, it should be pretty much chalk the way you look at it. But when I look at this thing, I see the Eagles getting stronger. I see Denver kind of a dark horse as well as they played in the second half with what they're doing. But, you look at the Chiefs, the way they've been kind of getting by.
What do you think? Let me stop you there, though, with Mahomes' injury, and now Carson Wentz has got to step in.
Well, Mahomes, it's a high ankle sprain.
Right.
So they've got some cachet if he can't play for a couple games. The problem is if they lose, you're going to lose that home field advantage to the Buffalo Bills.
Exactly.
So you don't want to lose that home field advantage, but the Chiefs didn't have home field advantage last year either, and they went through.
And they won.
And they won in Buffalo.
Yeah, they did.
So that's probably the only thing I could think of in reference to all that. But I just look at Detroit. Boy, when you're leaking oil like you are on the defensive side, and not that they can score points, which they can, it's all about defense, running game, take care of the ball. And if they could get part of that defense back, Detroit, then you go, okay, then they might have a fair shot. But if they get to Philadelphia, and Philly's got that home field advantage, it'll be tough to win there outdoors, tough to beat a Philadelphia team that's hitting on all cylinders, and they're healthy too.
So if we're looking at the draft, I know it's early, but if we're looking at the draft today, Giants would have the number 1 pick, followed by the Raiders. That's, again, they're playing tonight, the Raiders. Patriots would be number 3, Jags 4, Panthers 5. Then you have Titans, Browns. By the way, Chubb broke his ankle. He's out for the year.
Done. Yep.
Jets at number 8, Bears 9, Saints 10, Dolphins, Colts, Bengals, Cowboys at 14, 49ers 15, Falcons, Cardinals at 17, Seahawks 18, and then 19 through 32 would be decided by the playoff results.
Manuch, let me ask you a question then, what Rock just talked about. Giants need a quarterback. Yeah. Okay. Raiders need a quarterback. Is Shadir Sanders then out of Colorado number 1 with a bullet?
Yeah, I'm sitting there thinking, would Shadur Sanders and his dad be a package deal to go to Oakland, go to Las Vegas?
Yeah.
Go there because I think for Sanders, you go to New York. There's no reason why they should be in the cellar the last couple of years. No reason why.
The Jets or Giants?
The Giants.
Okay.
I would say the Jets to a point too, but I look at that thing and I'm just sitting there thinking, I wonder if it would be a deal where Prime Time and his son they'd work a way where the Raiders trade up to get that number 1 pick. And I think that they will, but everybody needs a quarterback. On top of that, you got Deion Sanders maybe, even though he says he wants to stay.
He says he wants to stay. He likes it.
What a great opportunity if he wants to make that jump to go to the Raiders to have full support. Now, Deion will ask that management group, say, all right, what are you looking to do to improve this team? I'm not going to put my kid in here and have him get crushed, but there's not much he can do, whether he goes to Giants or he goes to the Raiders. He's going to be in harm's way.
Wasn't it Phillip Rivers who said when he was drafted, I'm not going there? And they made a swap with San Diego. It was
it was Eli Manning.
It was Eli who said,
Eli did not want to go
to San Diego.
He wanted to go to the Giants.
Yeah.
But there's got to be something. I mean, I think the attractiveness for Deion to go with his son. I don't know how you work that deal out.
Yeah, really.
Maybe you make some kind of a trade. Or you do something to get that pick from the Giants. And in the meantime, but you're going to have to pick a coach prior to that before this draft. But there's the talent that abounds that's coming out. I think Sanders would be your guy in reference to that. I don't think Cam Ward would be the guy. I think it's Sanders, more importantly, even though Ward was at the Heisman Trophy presentation. But whoever goes, I just think it'd be interesting to have the dad and the son going to the National Football League together, some kind of a deal.
Be a great
if you can work it out.
Great storyline.
I mean, if there's something there, and how committed is Davis Jr. To to making that franchise a premier franchise eventually. I mean, there's just so many bad. I mean, you think of the Jets, Giants,
14 years.
Raiders.
Yeah.
They've been to the playoffs.
That's it.
The Jets
Since they've been to the playoffs.
can't get out of their own way. I mean, it's just.
Manuch, you remember?
I love it because all summer long,
Yeah.
the freaking four-letter network was just spewing Jets,
Sure.
Aaron
They were,
Rodgers,
yep.
Greeny, the whole everybody, because the show's there in New York
Yep.
and all the big fans there, that they were going to be going to the Super Bowl, and it's like, shut up.
When's the last time you ever saw? I mean, Jimmy, you can probably remember that the Giants and Jets so downtrodden for such a long period of time. Now,
I don't think it's ever been like this.
I mean, it may not be, but it's just kind of like a lot of things. So the Giants get for the National Football League to be relevant.
But you have to remember,
Yeah.
the Giants were in the playoffs just 2 years ago.
Right.
And Daniel Jones won a playoff game in Minneapolis against the Vikings, and he played great.
But how do you let it go?
It just went to hell in a handbasket.
But how does that happen? If you're the Mara family, they're billionaires, and then you got Woody Johnson, who's a billionaire with the Jets. Is it
Dude,
truly-
every owner's a billionaire.
Yeah,
I know, but
exactly.
but how committed are they?
All right, well, you should make
Surely.
the same case with the Cardinals.
You could absolutely.
Bidwells are billionaires.
Yeah. There's a-
and they are the same team. Seems like
And-
every year it's the same.
and there's
old
and there's
Cardinals.
always a lot of money left in that cap space
Yeah.
as well.
I don't-
How committed are you to go making this a winning franchise? But you would think in those larger markets, those major Chicago's another one.
I don't know if it matters what market you're in.
No, I'm just saying. But those owners, they're in premier markets. They're in some of the top markets. To go, I want my team to be good, or well, I really don't care because my fans are still going to show up.
But this is different, though, than the NBA, where somebody like Matt Ishbia is way above the salary cap. You can't do that in the NFL.
Well, I know that, but there's some you could shuffle.
So
some
everybody's
things around.
the same.
Yeah, but you can shuffle some things around.
Well, then their capologist sucks.
Well, how'd the Patriots do it for so long?
Because they had a great capologist. That's why.
They have
And a great head coach.
And that too.
Who could do less with more.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times did he bring off a guy that's basically at the end of his career and get something out of him?
He had a wide receiver in their first Super Bowl, Brown, going both ways.
He did play
that
both
team.
sides.
Hey, real quick note, Teddy Bridgewater, remember him?
Yeah.
Yes.
He retired last year. He was hired by his alma mater high school, Miami Northwestern, in February. He turned the football program around, and in 10 months, they won the state championship.
Good for him.
That's great.
It's a
for
great
Teddy.
story.
I'm telling you right now, he had one of the most awful knee injuries that you would ever want to see. I don't even go back and ever look at that, but it was
He stuck
awful.
around a long time.
He did. He hung in there.
He was a good quarterback.
He was. That knee injury did him in. He was never the same after that, but he really was a good QB coming out of Louisville.
By the way, real quick note, I know it's a little premature, but we just found out that we'll be hosting the big game at Weekapaw Resort and Casino. That will be our new home. So
Nice.
that's some breaking news for us. So make plans February 9th to join us up there at Weekapaw, which if you have not been there, I hadn't been there in a while. And I went up last week, and they have to have the best sports book I have ever seen.
Really?
And the memorabilia ever.
Wow.
Saying a
You
lot.
mean even better than Vegas?
Vegas is Vegas. It's different.
Okay.
But for the casinos
here
in Arizona.
Okay.
And I know there's a lot of talk of the ones down here.
Yeah.
And, we had a great run where we were. But they really took the time. The guys that put it together are sports-minded guys. And they put together the memorabilia they have in there is off the charts, both locally and nationally, like some really cool Michael Jordan stuff.
Wow.
But I had no idea until I walked into this room, and I'm like, wow, this is like the best kept secret. And I told him that, and I said, hey, we would love to bring our show and our listenership up to you and do the big game there. And we have a hell of a track record of 20
Yes,
plus
we do.
years.
Yeah.
So we encourage you, if you've been listening to us all the time, I know it's early, but you'll hear a lot about it for the Super Bowl, of course, the big game. We will be out at Weekapaw, and then DraftKings in Scottsdale National Championship. So some exciting news. So I just want to share that. Next, Frank Sanders. Well, maybe he'll join us up at Weekapaw. So I'm telling you, I can't say it enough. I was absolutely shocked. I walked in there and I'm like, holy, really? I mean, it was like, geez, and it was like, it's 10 minutes from the 101 in Shea. It's not that far at all. So, hey, Frank Sanders, I mentioned next. It's Roc and Manuch, GMB.
You're clear. What's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix?
ASU running back Cam Scalaboo and receiver Terrell McMillan are named first-team All-Americans. Meanwhile, defensive back Shamari Simmons had his targeting penalty appealed denied. Barring a last-minute change, he will miss the first half of the Peach Bowl on New Year's Day. Kevin Durant says his injured ankle is about as good as it's going to get for the remainder of the year. He chipped in 20 points in last night's win over Portland. They host the Pacers on Thursday. The Cardinals, meanwhile, are back at 500 after defeating the Patriots yesterday. However, they are still behind the Seahawks and first-place Rams. The Cardinals are in Carolina this week. And former Suns player Dick Van Arsdale has died at the age of 81. I'm Darryl Joyner on Fox 910 Sports, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Another chilly one for us tonight. Temperature drops to a low of 45 degrees as we head into our Tuesday. The temperature only climbing this week, unfortunately. That means our high getting up to 76 degrees, well above average for this time of year. A mostly sunny sky and dry conditions. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm meteorologist Crystal Ortiz.
This report is sponsored by PayPal.
This season, the PayPal app has amazingly low prices for holiday shopping. Get exclusive cashback offers in the app. And with the PayPal debit card, PayPal stacks 5% more in the monthly category of your choosing on up to $1,000 in purchases. Don't just pay, PayPal.
Hey, it's Dom with Venezia's Pizzeria. You know us for delicious family dinners and huge party pizzas. But did you know we are great at feeding a large group too? Our full catering menu has a ton of variety, so everyone will find something they love. And the best part? We don't charge per head. Just tell us how many people you need to feed, and we'll handle the rest. Check out our catering menu at Venezias.com. That's Venezias.com. Venezias, a family and catering tradition.
Hey, Arizona, it's Mike Wilbon. I've been around sports professionally and personally for a long, long time. And whether you're on a court, in the gym, or just navigating a tough day, you need to stay hydrated. That's where Cocoa 5 comes in. Cocoa 5 isn't your average sports drink, packed with the electrolytes your body craves, but without the artificial junk.
We got Frank on hold.
Available at your favorite stores, Cocoa 5, active hydration. Stay hydrated, Arizona.
In a recent survey, when people were asked who they thought the best personal injury attorney in Arizona was, more than 9 out of 10 people chose Lerner & Rowe. In fact, Lerner & Rowe has been voted best personal injury attorney in Arizona for the past 9 years. Our experience, reputation, and proven results have made it possible for us to recover billions of dollars for over 150,000 injured people. At Lerner & Rowe, getting you the best result is what we do best. Hurt in a car, truck, or motorcycle wreck and need a check? Call us today.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Jenny!
Hey, Jenny!
Jenny, come on in!
Steve! Hey, Steve!
Steve, how you doing?
Meg!
Meg, nice to see you! Hey, Meg!
Arena Sports Grill. Come on out for the sports.
All good. Got Frank on hold.
Food and friendly faces. The best daily specials in Scottsdale. Arena Sports Grill, 62nd Street in Bell. We know you.
Step into a world of unparalleled brightness and lifelike color with Vizio's Quantum Pro TV. This premium QLED TV, available in 65 and 75-inch sizes, is designed for those who demand the best in picture quality. Breathtaking brightness brings every scene to life, while wide viewing angle delivers the perfect picture from any seat in the room. Enjoy all your favorite apps built in, so you can blast your top songs through the iHeartRadio app straight out of the box. Head to Walmart to find your Vizio Quantum Pro TV today.
Sarah Spain for iHeart Women's Sports.
Presented by Capital One.
In college hoops, 25th ranked Georgia Tech on Sunday in Chapel Hill. The win brings the Yellow Jackets record to 11-0. That's good for the best start in school history. Head coach Nell Fortner's squad is one of 9 unbeaten Division I teams remaining. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcasts.
Capital One is a founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports Network. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
He played 8 seasons with the Arizona Cardinals. the Sandman.
It is caught. Touchdown Auburn! Sanders caught it! Touchdown Auburn! Touchdown Auburn!
Frank Sanders joins Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch now on Fox Sports 910.
They give it to Connor, and Connor dances in. Touchdown Cardinals. McBride, by the way, is on the sidelines. They give it to Connor, and Connor with another score.
Clip ends 10 seconds. Mics are hot. Mics are hot.
27 to play here in the fourth quarter.
And make this a game, and what an answer for this Cardinals team. They come back, they get a couple third down conversions, you go right back down the field. And really
Frank Sanders now joins us, as you just heard the big voice guy. And Frank, I might be eating some crow. They win the next 3 games, 10 wins. I think you called it. So I'll have to maybe take you a round of golf or something, right?
Look, I'm gonna do like Jay-Z say, man. We just gotta stack wins and try our best to, play the opponent that's in front of us and try to walk away with a win. That's what Coach Jonathan Gannon says. I am in agreement with you. You got to take me to a golf course somewhere after 10 wins with a steak, nice bottle of something, so we can celebrate together, Rock.
Wow. All right. I like that. Hey, just to be in your company and just to be seen around you, say, hey, that's Frank Sanders. Oh, who's the little guy next to him? I mean,
that'd be me.
I'll take it, so whatever I can get, I get. Hey, I've been asking the same question. It's a little redundant for the last 3 hours, but I'm going to ask you too. This Cardinals rebuild, the alleged 3-year rebuild, would you say they're ahead, behind, or on pace at this point at 7-7 this year?
I would say we're probably, with expectations of what we thought we had, I would say that we're probably we're right on pace.
Okay.
At the end of the day, I mean, barring the injuries that have happened with the team and just the up and down process of, watching this team grow with a new offensive coordinator, watching this team grow with a new defensive coordinator, and a makeshift a bunch of players that was just put in together by the geniusness of Monty in regards to the free agency market. This team is still really coming together with JG's actually players. From that standpoint, we're pretty about even on par, even with the draft for the guys we've gotten. And ability to what we see so far, 7-7. It's not what we want it to be, but it's definitely on par.
Frank, watching Marvin Harrison Jr. yesterday, 6 targets, 2 catches. I want to get your thoughts about how many of those other 4 he didn't catch he should have caught. And you think I don't know if he's realized how strong, quick, and aggressive these defensive backs are in the National Football League. I saw some basic fundamentals I want to ask you today of what he probably should have did better, because you had strong hands. You were aggressive to the ball. You and Larry and Quan. I just don't see that yet, or will we see that?
No, I mean, I think, look, that's the beauty of the NFL, right? Every week is different, and every cornerback that you meet, being that he's the number 1 draft pick, he is also, our star receiver on the team. He's going to get a different mindset of a different cornerback every week, and that's something I'm sure he's learning. I saw some things that I thought there were catches that he probably could have just snatched out of the air and been aggressive with and pulled down. And that would have been my approach at that time. But Marvin has played a totally different in his career as a wide receiver coming from Ohio State. Remember, he's been one of the last, when we look at the last 3 drafts, he's been one of the top 3 receivers that have come out of Ohio State in the top first round. So he's played with good receivers, and most of the time he's been the open wide receiver catching balls down the field, not really having to be aggressive all the time. But once he catches the ball, he makes the play. And look, Manuch, there were plays that I thought he could have made. But again, this is the beauty of the NFL. Some of the cornerbacks that he faced, they're going to be his same height. They're going to be his same weight. Their hand-eye coordination skills too. So, and again, I thought there was catches he could have made. But again, the DB did make good plays as well.
Frank Sanders is our guest on the Right Toyota Guest Line. Frank, let me do a follow-up with that. How much of a difference is it when you're a wide receiver and now you're trying to catch a football thrown by a quarterback, a different quarterback than what you were accustomed to in college? Does it take a wide receiver, a rookie wide receiver, time to figure out that QB with the flight of the ball, how hard it's thrown, the trajectory, all of that is encompassed in being a great wide receiver. Explain to me and our listeners if indeed I got any merit with that or not.
Jimmy B, you do. I mean, there's always a difference. I mean, I remember when I got here, and my first year I was playing with Dave Craig. And Dave Craig's a right-handed quarterback. He throws a little bit. At the time I called his ball wasn't a fastball. It was more of a changeup, but it was still a great pitch, a great ball to catch. And then the next following year, year two, I got Boomer Sison, who's a left-handed quarterback with a lot of tailspin on his ball. So there's an adjustment you do have to make with the backs. But I look at Marvin Harrison and what he's been able to do in his career and the quality of people he's played with quarterback-wise. His adjustment should be easy. That's what makes him a first-round draft pick. That's what makes him the guy he's supposed to be in the NFL, as well as a first-round draft pick for the Arizona Cardinals. So I think the adjustment should be there. I look at our quarterback, Kyler Murray, and Kyler makes every throw. His ball doesn't have a lot of tailspin.
Three.
So it could be either touch pass or he can zip it in there. So that's the adjustment that I would think that they would have made by now, or he would have been able to make that adjustment a lot faster, because the qualifications or the quality of receiver that he is, Jimmy B. But I would say that the time that they're in right now, this is week 15. I mean, we should know what we're doing.
Exactly.
And the quarterback that he has now, the difference is if he goes from Clayton Tune to Kyler Murray, there'll be a difference in that. That's just timing wise. But for his arm, the quarterback, how he throws the ball, this is week 15 in NFL, and they should be on page right now.
And on top of all that, James Conner, with 130 yards total offense, over 100 yards rushing. He truly is. He's that guy, right? If that running game is going, the play action, all the above. But talk about Conner as you've watched him these last 2 years.
You know what? You got to be excited about him. You know what I mean? Just as a team, he's a leader on and off the field. He has the same energy and same mindset about winning. And about coming to the game. We've seen this year that he's had to share some time with some very young, athletic, and fast running backs in his stable as well. But he's been the same guy. And I think that's just the beauty of what he's to do. Like when the offense is on, the O-line is blocking, you begin to see him do what he does naturally. But when it's not there, he still makes things happen. He's a two-way receiver, running back. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. And he can also, and he runs downhill at great pass level. So what he did yesterday was what we would expected out of him a lot this year. Just again, our offensive line didn't have the game they've had a couple games here or there throughout the season, but yesterday they got after it. They really did. But I also add this here, though, the balance of having Trey McBride go out and do what he does as a tight end. Manuch, you just know what he does. He makes the defense plays. They can't bring their guy in the box. They literally have to keep, the strong safety aware of what Trey is doing. So he's not getting touched. But when your tight end is on, they make a defense very honest. And so that is the beauty of what he's able to do and add to our offense, which allows, James Conner to become one-on-one with the Mike linebacker or the backside linebacker. And now, therefore, they have to play him honest, and he can make anybody miss. So yesterday was a very good execution of both guys. I mean, what Trey did, and then also what JC was able to accomplish.
Yeah, I know I didn't get to talk to you about this last week. I know you've been working through it. Are you getting through that slice? You all right? You need a lesson?
Oh, no, we're good, brother. I mean, we're good now. I don't even need. Remember the formula I told you, like, we can actually dumb it down now, just one shot less, because my ball right now, my ball flight is really good, brother. Me and you need to go out and play. So when you see this game, I'm going to smash you, Rock. I'm going to smash.
All right. The thing is, Frank Sanders is the only guy that I've ever met in 56 years being on this planet that plays in a golf tournament that goes about 5 hours. And then instead of going right after and, getting your food and all that, he's hitting balls. VJ Singh. He's the VJ Singh of a charity golf tournament.
That's a true golfer right there, Frank.
Working through that. I love you, buddy.
Hey, Rock, man, if you ain't trying, man, you got to try, man. You got to get better some kind of way. So I seen one of the pros do it one day and it looked good. I'm just trying my best to be my best. That's
why you're a former professional athlete and I'm not. So I get it. I wasn't wired. I didn't grow up the same way. So, I wasn't that competitive. I lost a tennis match. Oh, well, big deal. I just want to go to Dairy Queen after. All right, buddy. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. That's Frank Sanders joining us here on Roc and Manuch. Jimmy B. Follow him on Twitter, X at Frank Sanders 81. He's also on Instagram, too. He does a lot of good stuff on Instagram. Our Learn on Row 1 calls next, right here on Fox Sports 910.
You're clear. Traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
I-10 eastbound. This is the Maricopa Freeway near State Route 143. We have an accident sitting off left. 10 Maricopa Freeway westbound near 24th Street. We have an accident off right and another crash off left. This is 10 westbound near Verado Way. We also have an accident 51st Avenue north of Greenway. That's a look at Phoenix traffic.
This report is sponsored by PayPal.
This season, the PayPal app has amazingly low prices for holiday shopping. Get exclusive cashback offers in the app. And with the PayPal debit card, PayPal stacks 5% more in the monthly category of your choosing on up to $1,000 in purchases. Don't just pay, PayPal.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the ultimate lunch lineup boasts wall-to-wall sports and scenic views. When you're hungry and in a hurry,
any day in my book. Wouldn't you agree? And while we're at it, make sure your home's fully ready for winter with our rejuvenation. Our 6 critical checks keep your heating system running smoothly all season long, giving you comfort and peace of mind. Visit Gettle.com. That's Goettl. We'll unclog your drain, but it's hard to spell. Call us today.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers?
eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay, things people love.
It's the Lerner and Rowe one call, that's all. Call of the day. If you're looking for a full-service law firm, just make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. Lerner and Rowe, voted Arizona's best law firm.
They came back and they were all in the meeting room like 11 or 12 minutes early. I mean, our standard's 5 minutes early, and we started our meeting 11 minutes or 12 minutes early, whatever that was yesterday. So that's how they came back. They came back twice as early as they normally are. And to me, that was a sign that they're hungry to get back here. And like I said, the energy level and the want-to level today was really good. But when you don't do something for a week, it's going to be a little bit sloppy.
Clip ends in 30 seconds.
I'm not mad. This is part of football. Like, now we've got to grow out of this sloppiness this week. We have 2 more days to get the sloppiness out of us. So when we know who our opponent is, we have 10 straight days of true prep where we get to, good prep. We're not worrying about conditioning levels. We're not worried about the sloppiness.
Clip ends in 15 seconds. Mics are hot. Mics are hot.
Quarter of the U of A game, they didn't play in the last quarter of last week's game. So it's going to be literally six weeks, and since they played 4 full quarters of football. And that's the number one thing I'm trying to balance right now is that. How do you keep these guys in conditioning shape when it's going to be 6 weeks since they've played a real full football?
Kenny Dillingham talking about the mindset of this Sun Devil team getting ready for the Peach Bowl. Be here before you know it. I know it seems like it's been forever since this team played, but I think we're all excited about what could happen here in the next week or 2 weeks.
I think that's a major concern, Manuch. I really do. The length of not playing a game, and then the team that you're going to play has just played the previous week and kind of has gotten all the bugs out of their system. They'll be ready.
Yeah, there's a fine line between scrimmaging and not overdoing it.
That's right.
Being ready. I think you're right, Jimmy. Whether it's Texas or Clemson, they will have a week a couple weeks under their belt of practicing as they go into that game in the Peach Bowl. Hey, guys, if I could just quick interject, Phoenix Suns family and all of us Suns fans lost the great one, the Flying Dutchman, the original Phoenix Sun, Dick Van Arsdale, passed away today at the age of 81. Rock and I used to have him on many, many times over the years.
Long time ago.
My first autograph ever,
really,
going to Mervin's on Rural and Southern. Dick Van Arsdale is going to be on site.
Wow.
And went there. How gracious he was to little Danny Manucci and all the kids from Mount Carmel and all the great schools in that area. He stayed for everybody and signed. And knowing Dick over the years, as we have Rock, many, many years, and maybe the last 5 to 10 years he's been struggling with his health. But the Flying Dutchman, one of the best ever to come down the pipe. By the way, he was the leading scorer when he retired in 1977 for the Phoenix Suns. So he lost a great one. So thoughts and prayers to his brother Tom, another great guy, and they got involved in real estate for many, many years. And in fact, Dick was a broadcaster for many years and an executive for, 12, 13 years with the Suns. So lost a great one. Probably my all-time favorite Phoenix Sun, one Dick Van Arsdale, passed away today.
Some sports tonight on the Tube. What's on tap, as we like to say, which is driven by Roc and Manuch Amber, which is brewed by Dos Equis. You got it at the Upper Crust. You got it at Arena. We're trying to get it here at Trophy Bar. It's just a matter of time. We'll get it in here. I know it's coming.
I want to try it. I haven't had a chance to taste it yet. And you know me. If I like it, I like it. I love the amber that you had over at BKD's. I love that beer. I thought that was really good there.
Endorsed by one Jimmy B.
There you go.
It's got to be good.
That's all you need.
Damn
Gotta
straight.
Be good. Did you ever do any endorsements as a broadcaster?
Oh, yeah.
Give us one.
Oh, yeah. Like, no, what? Come on, Rock. Seriously?
You so act like you were bigger than anybody. Like you're Brent Musburger of play-by-play.
I never said
You're
that.
the next Jim.
I
You were
never-
the Jim Nance.
I never said
Did you do some nationals, Jimmy? Some national voiceovers?
I don't know.
You
if
had
they-
the best pipes.
Well, I appreciate
You
that.
sound like
Thank
Marv
you.
Albert.
I don't know if they went national. I did a lot of regional stuff. So
Like
when
John's hot dog stand on
Well,
the corner of 15 Park Place. You too. I'm just playing, Jimmy. You know that. Hey, tonight you got a doubleheader. Monday Night Football starts with Bears and Vikings at 6:15, and then Raiders and Falcons at 6:30. Some college basketball, as all 4 teams in the state did not fare well over the weekend. Hopefully that'll change tonight with Grand Canyon at Louisiana Tech. That's at 5:30 on ESPN Plus. Tomorrow you'll talk some GCU, right?
Yes.
Yep.
We should have Coach
2 o'clock
tomorrow, 2 o'clock, breaking down this GCU team took on Georgia over the week. It's a close game.
They lost by 10, I think.
Yeah, it was close.
They were in it.
That Florida,
Devils played Florida okay, and then Florida that's why they're
second half.
Yeah, and then U of A under 500.
They're leading by 13 in the second half, and they find a way to lose that game.
2.
Man, it's just not good. All right, State 48 Roofing. It's your call question today for a free quote, repair. Head to state48roofing.com.
All right, guys, what does the NBA need to do to get fans to watch their games and just go to that
Not
Roc
be
and
so
Manuch?
woke. That's
Well,
easy. Is that one of the questions?
No, remove the. All right, let me remove 3-point
Really?
line.
You don't agree with that?
Not now.
Not now?
Yeah.
So they changed all of a sudden?
No.
Why isn't anybody watching?
Well, that's not part of the answer. So here it is.
Bummer.
All right.
Yeah.
Remove.
There's no write-in?
No, remove. No. Remove the 3-point line. Only 20 3-pointers per game.
Yeah.
No load management or start the season in November.
All right, I have a question. When you say only 20
20.
pointers, is that
Per
20
team.
by each team?
So you're saying that
Okay.
you're playing, and then once you reach 20, you got to stop?
You got to stop.
Can't
shooting
shoot
three-pointers.
the three.
Shoot past there, so the clock's
Well,
winding down.
We're down 3.
Yeah. That's
1
dumb.
minute.
That's
no,
dumb.
But anyways, so right now, start season November is 33.3%. No load management, 33.3%.
Wow.
Only 23 pointers shots per game, 22.2%. And remove the 3-point line, 11.1%. So
I think people like it.
I like the 3-point
I think people
line.
like the 3 as well, especially when you
Yeah.
get the big fellas out there trying to, when Bull's out there trying to hit a 3. People like that. Hey, tomorrow we'll be at
30.
Studio.
Okay. I was asking you guys. I'm not working.
Oh yeah, I got to
You
fill
guys-
in again.
Yeah, there's that's your role.
Because I
You
know
have one role.
I'm just the fill-in
You
boy.
just show up and look good.
That's
you
it.
know,
Well, I
it's
do that
good.
every
So-
day.
15.
So for Bannon, for our friends here at the Trophy Bar, for Jack's very quiet today, but he'll be
10.
back on Thursday.
Grinding.
And for Manuch and Jimmy B, I'm Rock. Have a great night. We'll see you back here
5.
tomorrow, 1 o'clock.
Good night.